call the Seam, and you had decided you wanted to try and find Echo and Octavian, who are currently whom you know the location of the physical bodies of, but who are currently astral projecting on a sort of side mission for you guys, checking out Raziel and his court, looking for evidence of shadow clonage, and so
that's where we're at.
And so I think you guys were about to like wake up and go to Riley's apartment to try and shake awake Echo and Octavian.
Yeah, we were at that thing that Riley was contemplating opening or not.
Yeah, the Seam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Riley's currently holding
a whole big thing about it. Everybody got coffee.
Everybody is extremely excited. If I'm not going to require any of you to roll to wake up, but if any of you want to not wake up, you'll need to tell me. Otherwise, you all wake up and we start the scene there.
Yeah, I'm fine with waking up.
I'm extra wake up.
I'm gonna wake up.
Okay.
Sheeple.
He wakes up extra. Yeah, your third eye opens. Well, wait, no. Because Elias actually has one of those.
I do.
I have one. It's just blind.
Yeah, everyone else has one. It's just closed.
I just open it up.
You all wake up. And again, I think you guys were all together when you did this. So I'm going to say you can collectively move over to Riley's apartment. Again, like I'm just going to keep going and, stop me if you like want to interject here, because this was the plan you guys had laid out. You head over to the apartment and you find, Echo and Octavian like not dreaming, but like astral projecting. You can see like rapid eye movement under their lids. They are, I guess, one of them is laying on the bed and one is on the couch. Probably, is that?
There are not two beds, so.
Yeah,
sure.
But I'm just saying, like for lying down projecting, they would definitely be. They might not give a shit about sharing a bed or whatever, but it's just not comfortable to astral project with another body nearby.
Is it
too
queen
close
size? Because then
I don't know. Riley, how big is your bed?
It's a king size.
Oh, it's
a king size. Oh, then in that case, they are probably both laying on the bed. Actually, just
plenty of
with
room for both.
A person with between them, astral projecting. Who's
like,
I guess going to
super
shake
cozy,
whom?
Shit, tons of pillows and shit.
Who's going to shake whom awake?
I can wake Octavian up.
I guess I'll get Echo.
Okay, they're like, yes, hello. What? Hi.
Hello. We need you.
Oh, okay. What's going on? What do we need?
We have discovered some new stuff, and we figured we'd give you guys an update as to why you might be here.
Echo perks up at that and says, "That's a promising lead."
Yeah. Also, did you guys figure anything out with the shadow clones?
Octavian answers and says, "We found a reliable way into Raziel's court, but we haven't successfully used it yet. We had just laid groundwork when we sort of woke up."
From us, okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't want to. I'm not like blaming you, but like.
Yeah. No. That's. Yeah. I mean, we interrupted you, so like that makes sense.
But like, this sounds more important. So, what are we? Are we going to go through the gate by the Ferris wheel, or where are we going? Back into the waking dream, or?
Well, we we can. We found a seam, and we potentially have some instructions to open it from a very shady source.
Okay, cool. Let's. Echo pipes up and says, "How shady?"
I look over at Riley. How shady? Yeah. Extremely, or
It's not extremely shady. Uh, it's fine. It's fine.
Uh, Riley, as you're like saying it's fine, the drawers of your like your nightstand or whatever, like whatever piece of furniture you're standing closest to are like shaking, like slightly trying to open because you're still carrying around that influence. Yeah.
It's shaking.
I mean, just like you've seen this happen before. This is the thing
Mhm.
where like locks slide open more easily around Riley
Yeah.
right now until they spend this power. Last time this happened, I think, was when you guys were in Neverland. You found something in some rocks. There was a hollow rock.
Yeah, we found the way into the packed
Oh yeah,
plane.
and you guys did like a ritual there for
We did.
something.
We did some culty shit there.
I remember the episode title for when we were in Neverland. Do you remember what it
Mhm.
was? Speed running through Sophie's Choice.
Speed running Sophie's Choice.
My
I do
God.
remember that.
No, I stabbed that. I stabbed that over in my brain. Thanks for putting it back,
You
Peter.
are welcome.
Jesus Christ.
I'm very proud of that title. Okay, so nothing new that we haven't seen before in terms of behavior.
Yeah, I mean, I think Echo and Octavian are kind of like side-eyeing it as it's happening, but they're sort of like, you know how when, well, you know, I mean, imagine that you are sort of used to being in weird situations that you're not familiar with, and that's kind of your like whole job is to do that. You would probably eventually learn how to just sort of take cues from everyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're like,
Yeah.
they like kind of like, you know, they're kind of clocking it, and then they see that nobody else seems worried, and they kind of
Just adopt
mostly
that
relax
behavior,
about it.
yeah.
Shrug.
There's
Kinda
still a little bit of wariness. Echo is a little bit more suspicious than Octavian is, I would say.
I would also say that.
And but they're like, okay, so are we this is Octavian speaking. Are we gonna lucid dream our way in? Did you want to go physically? How's this gonna work? Should we astral project and then travel to the dream plane from the astral plane?
What would
To
be the
look at
easiest
it,
way?
right? Because I feel like you said something slightly different than that.
What's that?
Like out of character. We're just taking them to look at it, or is the plan to like?
Yeah, but it's only present in the dream. So they're just asking, like,
Yes.
how are we
No.
taking it to look at
I'm
it?
just checking with Peter because he
Oh,
said something about opening it, and I was under the impression that I was the only idiot that thought that was a good idea.
I
Chad
mean,
was with you.
I-
How dare you?
I wanted them to look at it since.
Yeah, I thought like the next step was like, this looks like their shit.
Yeah.
And you wanted them to just look at it and be like, and then you were going to make sort of some more decisions. about
Right.
Yeah,
What to do.
I just wanted to double check because of the way that Peter introduced it. I wanted to see if we were on a page about that.
Sure.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all.
Okay, so the way that I'm kind of introducing it is that it's like I'm still in the no camp, but I want their take on it because they might change it to a yes.
He kind of wants to prime them for whatever they're going to do.
Right, which
Yeah,
is
sure.
why I didn't just outright say, and we're never going to open it.
Sure.
Because they may
Okay.
know more about it than us.
So their question still sort of stands. How would you like to travel to a different plane tonight with them so that you're all together?
I mean, I don't really care which way we
Together,
go.
duh.
Yeah, can we just go together?
Yeah.
Still
Let's
not
catch a
to
ride with
necessarily
you,
take our
or-
meat bodies to the
Uh,
scene. So
Okay, so should we lucid dream or astral project?
I
guess you
don't
guys
care.
Can
Okay.
all
I just
pile
don't think we
on
should
to
go.
Riley's bed for this?
It is a giant, super comfy bed.
Can
We
it-
can
can
puppy
it-
pillow pile.
Giant.
Can it fit 6 people?
I mean, if we puppy pile,
Yeah. Get a cuddle puddle.
cuddle
Okay.
pile.
Every. So just normal lucid dreaming then, right?
Sure.
So tonight's title is
Right.
The Nyght Boiiiz cuddle puddle.
We don't have to
Nice.
roll to
No,
just
it's not.
simply lucid dream. But yeah, you all
Except Uriel, who's on the
who's-
couch, apparently.
whose dream should we start in? Where do we all agree to meet before we go down to sleep? Or is it just everyone get up out of dreams and onto sort of the cloud layer ASAP?
Yeah.
What's the
Get on that
Yeah.
level.
That seems easier
That's- yeah,
than
that seems
meeting
like the
in
easiest.
anyone's dream.
Sure. So you guys all sort of, I don't know, you all summon various ways. Maybe some of you climb up ladders, some of you are walking upstairs, some of you just float out. But you all sort of pop out of your dreams onto the sort of, again, what I call the cloud layer of the dreaming. You see Echo and Octavian sort of shimmering into view as they escape their dreamscapes, and they're like, so. And I think now you can sort of, now that you've been there already, you can sort of see the seam in the distance, right? Like it was maybe harder to pick out against the background
But now we know what we're looking
sky. Yeah, it's also gotten a little bit brighter, you would say. As Echo and Octavian enter the dreaming, the sort of fractal patterns spanning the ground, just like where they walk, sort of just get a little bit brighter. And then like as they move on, they're like fading back, right? So it's almost like there's some sort of a reaction happening there.
Yeah, they're part of the problem.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not wrong.
And okay. And yeah, I guess one of you probably points out the seam and you all start.
We start
Getting
heading
there?
I
over.
have the surfboard. I can just take everybody.
Oh yeah, surfboard. Okay.
Yep, you gave me a surfboard.
They'll fly next to your surfboard on their keyblades. And because I would assume it, we definitely know from dream drop distance that you can then summon a keyblade in a dream body. So as you are all traveling to the scene, as you approach it, right, getting very close, Uriel and Chad, as you get closer, you see like Echo and Octavian are kind of like looking at this thing, like they're kind of like, it's like but they're doing like the meme with the lady and the math, like
Yeah.
they're kind of giving it that look.
No idea.
No, not that. Like trying to connect some dots.
No,
But they haven't
I have
said
no
anything yet.
idea.
Oh, okay. Somebody put
Hang on,
this
I
GIF
got
in the
it.
chat. Yeah, thank you. It's got to be on somebody's favorite list. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
If you know what those equations actually are, forget that you know what they are.
What? What?
Pretty funny.
What Greg posted in the core squad.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't quite showing for me yet. It's here now. I heard the
Anyway,
notification, but it just wasn't there.
so
It's a little gift delivery.
Uriel, your foot, and also Chad, yours, as you're walking, because this fractal pattern is sunk down into the clouds, there's a soft glow that and then sort of a bright flash next to each of you. And you see two, well, one of them is a older gentleman, looks like he might be from like the Mediterranean somewhere. Well dressed, but in like very old looking clothes. The other one is an animated marble statue of a young man. And they're like, "Hey, where are we?"
Where are you? Who are you?
Just to be clear, we are dreaming at the moment, right?
You are lucid dreaming, but you are not inside anyone's dream.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. I hope that was.
And things don't just normally pop up in the ethereal realm unless we're in the dreams, right?
Well, the ethereal realm would
It's
be
not the
the
ethereal
bottom
realm.
layer.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, no. Normally, the dreaming does not. This doesn't usually happen.
Yeah. Okay.
This hasn't happened before. I guess is a better way to phrase it.
At least to us.
But it's not like someone just suddenly has an apple. It's weird.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. I mean, like, you could summon one on purpose,
Well,
but it would probably.
suppose the first thing Euro would be doing would be a threat evaluation.
Let me check some
sense of hostility.
Let me check some character sheets real quick here.
Right, just a real quick
I
vibe
don't know
check
what
from
Chris is about to
Chad.
say. Okay, I don't know what he thinks because I'll never.
I know.
But
I guess you could roll insight.
sure. Oh, sorry, I have the wrong character sheet open. It'll only be a quick second.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
How many times do I have to tell these people it's okay to leave cookies?
Okay. They said. I think they do. I mean, they offer their names easily.
19.
Especially the statue smiles broadly and says, "My name's Flaskly," and the older Mediterranean gentleman says, "I'm called Actus." Neither of these people seem particularly threatening. One of them is just an animated statue with a moon sickle.
Totally
Actually, these
normal.
people seem
Yeah.
extremely. I mean, you clock that these people are not trying to hurt you. You detect that they are very powerful.
Yeah,
I
I
would
was
say.
thinking like they were level 20 when we left.
They
off, right?
are
were,
level-
like power level.
They are indeed level 20.
Yeah,
I forgot we went to level 20 with them.
we did indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, but
And
yeah,
They
what the number
say
says on the paper.
it is. Yeah, they're like, we don't know. I mean, this looks like perhaps.
You know each other?
Yeah, we're good friends.
Do you know Echo and Octavian by chance?
I think Flaskly says, "Oh yeah, I know Echo. That's that nymph. That isn't that something with Zeus? I think that was a thing with Zeus.
Probably
What,
a thing with Zeus.
To be
Maybe
clear,
Hera.
I'm not talking about any Greek pantheon. I am talking about
What's a? He says, "What's a?" He says,
human
"What's a
individual.
Greek?"
I mean,
Okay, so you're talking about a human named Echo. I don't know them, says Flaskly. And Astrid,
it's okay that you did that.
Axis,
Uriel literally just stalls and it's like, Chad?
Actus
You wanna
says,
go with that, that's fine.
Actus says, I also do not know these individuals.
Well, okay.
Octavian, I think I once. Isn't that there's a boy I met once in Italy, but
Well, this is a full-grown person. But
Italy, yeah, I guess that would make sense.
so okay, sorry. So just to clarify, the people we're talking about, they just sort of popped into existence similarly to how you just did. So I thought maybe it was related.
Yeah,
and maybe it still is, but maybe you don't know each other, and that's fine.
I'm wondering what Elias and Riley think about this.
So we just saw them pop it like right in front of
You
us.
sort of saw them emerge as light, sort of from the veins.
Oh, you made it sound like we were separated from the other two.
Well, you were like behind them, right? So they're like 2 steps ahead of you, is what I would say, right?
Oh,
like,
it's just barely. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, or
still
like
together.
a few steps. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are like.
The impression that we were more separated. Than
I'm
that.
sorry,
There's
that's my
plenty of room
mistake.
for you to jump in and be like, "You mean Hellas or whatever?"
Right. But
in that case, instead of just me being sassy, that would have actually been Riley just being like Hellenic.
Oh, sure.
Gotcha.
Hellenist. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Riley was
hella.
absolutely a Greek mythology fanatic teenager. Come on now.
sure.
Hella,
you know.
hella.
But yeah, I would. Sorry, I guess I should have been more clear with this. there was sort of a light that came out of the fractal things on the ground from the footstep, like directly connected to Chad and Uriel respectively, and that light sort of turned into these people who appeared next to
We got
their
light people.
Weird.
The light people here.
And I think that Echo and Octavian turn around and are like, is this a thing that normally happens?
No.
Nope.
No.
Do we get the same feeling that was described, that like, do these people feel familiar to
I mean,
Uriel or I?
I don't think you've ever met them before
Yeah,
today.
I'd
You
know
get a
if
sense. You get a. I think you get a sense
the
of
kindred spirit.
yes, a kindred spirit. You maybe feel.
Do I actually? Can I cast?
Fireball.
Cast fireball.
Invisibility.
Detect extraplanar aura.
These. Can you read me what detect extraplanar aura specifically does? Please.
You know of an object within 30 feet of you originates from another plane.
Another plane from the one you are from, or another plane from the one you are on?
It just states another plane.
Okay.
I think it means a different plane than your plane of origin, because you would feel the difference in your own energy.
Yeah,
It's kind
I'm
of
more
how I always
of
thought of it.
so like
This is something I've heard before people discuss.
before when I used this spell. This was back because you gave me this spell
Sure.
as a to kind of detect potential dreams aura.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
off
yeah.
of
These guys are definitely not from your home material plane.
But is there any specific energy coming off of them that looks or resembles the Pact of Ingress?
Well, that's an interesting question. Is there energy on you guys that matches the Pact of Ingress? Have I said before whether or not that is the case?
Well, I remember
generally
that group did deal with them. So
yes, they did.
Left those heroes. They had just finished.
Yes, yeah. I thought you were going to cast Legend Lore, and I was going to tell you that. But you detect more. All right. So when you use this detect extraplanar thing, is this the same thing you were using on the seam earlier too, or was that just detect magic?
That was just detect magic. Although, I want to say that spell and where is detect magic? There you are. I mean, I could also cast detect magic. I just assumed that I would be able to determine. I mean, I can cast detect magic
you would
instead.
say, all right, if you do detect extraplanar origin, these people are extraplanar, but they don't have the sort of whiff of the far realm about them.
Okay,
is what I'll say.
Okay, cool. That's kind of more of what I was looking for.
Yeah. You do sort of, I guess, you can tell that they're from the same plane as each other, and if you sweep the sensor around, you can tell all of you guys are from your own home plane, and that Echo and Octavian are from the same place but different from everyone else, right? So
yeah.
That's the sort of extraplanar origins of everyone here.
Yeah, I mean, I can still cast Legend Lore to see if I can get specifically on Flaskly.
Okay, Legend Lore on Flaskly. This is an animated statue of Dionysus that was part of a band of heroes that led to his god's return, and eventually successfully fought off Pact of Ingress incursion along with his friends Actus, Acertico, and Akidia.
Interesting. But they're clearly not from the past.
They're not from your past.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. They're not from our past.
But they are from a past.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Word. I think that the thing about Legend Lore is that I think it like loudly announces it, or does it say it comes into your mind?
Let's look. Actually, I don't.
So I think like maybe they're like, yeah, that did happen the whole time that it's like spouting off the information.
It says the spell brings to your mind a
Oh,
brief
okay,
summary.
then yeah. So you just know it then.
Although, like, if you need me to roll it,
I
could
think
also just
no,
be
no,
like,
no,
can I
I
just
think it's
project
fine.
it and just
Legend Lore also tells you that these people are level 20. I mean, like effectively.
yes,
Obviously, it doesn't. Levels are an artificial construct.
right, but it does state like these are very powerful people.
Yeah, it's like they were powerful enough to fight off an incursion from the Pact, which is very powerful from your guys' points of view.
I mean, it sounds like we're kind of finding some very powerful characters here that might be able to help us out.
Um,
Are you
Join our
muttering at
party.
us, or are you just thinking?
I'm just thinking. Um,
Because as of yet, I don't believe you've shared any of that with the rest of us, right?
that's true. This is all just in Elias's mind.
this is all just in my mind. I am
Cool.
sharing what Legend Lore stated, though.
Are you just saying it out loud to everybody?
I was thinking I could project like a visual that Legend Lore is giving me, so that everyone
I
can
don't-
see
Like a
exactly
hologram?
what it is. Yeah, because
Okay.
we're
How are we using like Rory's telepathic bond to do that? I would say spend a spell slot on the telepathic bond and give me a performance check, and we'll call
Are
it that.
you not already concentrating on one spell?
You don't have to concentrate on that, right? That's just a
No,
instant
you just
effect.
do it.
You
It
just do it.
casts 10 minutes to
Oh,
cast.
it takes 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'll let you have cast it before you fell asleep. I'm just spin the spell slot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
Um,
spinning. Whoops. I accidentally cast magic missile.
I'll pick up the spell slot.
Oh God,
No, I
No,
have it.
no. 1d4 plus 1.
he's gone on a rampage. He
Okay.
starts casting magic missile,
And
on
then a
everyone.
performance check.
I can't dodge this.
Here, let's see what I get. I got a 9.
You guys get crude crayon scribbles of this as you hear Elias's narration of the legend lore in your minds.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Well, it's like 3D, but better.
Well, Chad's impressed.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that Flasky and Astertico are like, you guys have just been kind of staring at us for a little bit. And it's making me feel a little uncomfortable. I forget.
Who said this?
Chad, or sorry, Greg, is Flasky fully nude?
I'm
Or does
sorry,
he
when
like
did
there
Astertico get here?
Sorry?
I'm sorry, but when did Astertico get here?
Or I thought I was talking to. Did I say Astertico?
Yes.
I meant Flasky. Is Flasky?
Flaskley's mostly nude. I think there was like one small
Do you have a
plot
fig leaf?
strategically placed. Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay, you do have your genitals covered, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I assume that you're anatomically correct as a marble statue.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Then
Does
yeah,
he
I
have
think.
a nice ass though?
Well,
I'm sorry. I think Flasky is like.
Rock
You guys
hard.
have just been staring at us for like
Oh my god.
a few minutes. I mean, we are used to it, but also, why are we here?
I mean, have we been staring at them for a few minutes, or have we been waiting for you to resolve Elias's silent spells?
Right, but I mean, I still think it's like 30 seconds of Elias staring at them and then broadcasting the thing to all of you, right? Like,
I like to think I kind of look like this when I'm doing it,
okay.
and then I break it, and I'm like, okay, all right, sorry. I'm just delivering a lot of information.
It's all good.
Good
We're just
God.
we're confused. We don't know what's happening.
Because of my
We're
low
just less
performance
vocal
roll.
about it.
Us
Get
too. Us
here.
too.
Mhm.
We don't know what's happening.
Are
Does this-
did you go to sleep before this? Is this a dream for you? Or are you awake right now? Did you come here?
Interesting question.
Right?
I
Philosophy time.
think I'm awake, says Flasky. And Actus is like, I feel awake.
All right.
But I
So,
could be asleep.
Well, so did those two, right?
Yeah, just like Echo and Octavian.
So what happened before you got here?
What happened before we got here? I was. Well, the two of us were traveling from. Oh, shit, I don't have the map up. Let's pick two ancient Greek cities, and they were walking together from one to the other. Actus had a message to deliver as a priest of Hermes, and I came along to just sort of help out.
Chill.
We were taking shelter from a thunderstorm. Then there was this bright light. Then we were here.
So it's almost like you were summoned here by
I
something.
kind of thought we had gotten struck by lightning and that we were dead. But this
Be
seems
certain
better.
you're not dead, but also no promises.
To the best of our knowledge, this does not constitute an afterlife.
Actus nods and says, "This would be a pretty weird afterlife."
It would. It would be a really weird
agree.
afterlife.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
I mean,
Shed
nobody
does
said
it
bad.
So it's
good.
bad.
Well,
weird.
I'd say it would be
Yeah.
bad, just
Yeah.
to be weird. I just feel, I mean,
Not bad, weird.
yeah,
Okay,
not
I get it. I'm
necessarily bad.
Sorry, I assumed. I'm just confused. So much happened.
So as you guys are saying that, I think Echo and Octavian are like, well, they seem to sort of have this handled, and turn their attention back to the seam. They look at it, and they kind of get. They've been studying it, but they're looking cautiously optimistic. Is the way you would describe the expressions on their faces.
Okay.
They say, "Oh, it looks like this place is being connected to the dark matter network. So we should be able to start using our powers again soon."
Oh.
I'm sorry. The what?
Yeah.
The-
It has a lot of different names. We call it the Strange. It's kind of like the Astral Sea.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now that
how
we've
do
been
we
to
make
the
it
Astral Sea, it's kind of
stop?
like that. Well, if you're worried about it opening up, we could seal it for you.
That would be great.
Yeah. A+, 10 out of 10.
Octavian summons his Keyblade and points it at the seam, and a beam of light shoots out and it hits the seam, and the seam fades. Not completely. It's still faintly visible.
I'm
but
sorry.
it's now
Did you? I feel like if you wanted to stop that, that was reasonable.
Oh
that
yeah,
there
you
was
can
time
stop
for
it.
Uriel to do that.
Yeah, there definitely is. What's going? When you popping up an objection?
They act faster than I react to it. I'm just like, so if you closed it, how are we sending people home?
Oh, it won't. That shouldn't affect it. I'll say he hasn't sealed it yet, but he's like that. It's not that kind of closing. It's just then this is like a.
So you're like latching a door, not like sewing the fabric of reality closed.
Yeah, more like that.
Okay,
it's
my
more
bad.
like we're putting a we're
Like you're patching something that ripped?
right. And the seam will still be there, and if we needed to, we could still open it. But there should be a more proper door out of here.
Okay.
Like the one you came through.
And to be fair, we don't know how we're sending people home right now, even with it open. So
Yeah. But I can also, this isn't permanent.
It did come from it, theoretically at least.
He says this isn't permanent. I can always undo this.
Sure, great.
This is like a thing.
No,
He
that's
You
like,
understand.
he like waves the giant key around. He's like, it can do both. It can open and close.
that's fine. I'm just making
Damn.
sure.
They thought of everything.
So you kind of understand what's going on here,
Um,
right? Sounds like
that's
I said kind of.
kind of, yeah, I would say kind of. I understand.
Because the thing is, like, whatever's happening is changing this place
Mm-hmm.
and or also my boss, and they kind of don't like that.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
what was it described
yeah.
that it was like something was merging with this realm
Yeah,
slash
it's like
consuming it.
it's now this is now the I guess this is now the part of your world that connects to the strange. So it makes sense that it would sort of change it here. Which I can try and find a way to undo if you'd like me to.
Yes.
That
Just
would probably involve us being stranded here. So it might be something
well,
easier for me to work on from my world.
I
Okay.
don't want to strand you anywhere,
Yeah, we don't want
but
that.
I'm also this. What is the strange?
Oh. Um,
As simple as possible. I'm stupid.
so you know how the classical model of physics implies that there's not enough matter in the universe?
Yeah.
That's in the strange.
The missing matter.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a giant computer network that was built by ancient space aliens, but then it was abandoned because they all died
Hmm.
because of the fact that the network can make people's collective thoughts into pocket realities that sometimes spawn threats that can collapse the main reality that they come from.
Well, that
Which,
sounds alarmingly relevant.
Neato.
yeah, and we're from a group that sort of fights against, we call those threats planetovores because they eat planets. And what
You're
you've got
putting that
here
on our heads.
kind of sounds like a planetovore scale threat with the far realm sort of incursion thing. That sounds like the sort of thing we normally deal with. So
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Yes.
uh,
Feels
I,
related to that.
I am curious, actually, just out of character. I don't remember if did anyone tell Echo and Octavian specifically about the weird guy who came through the gate right before them, like when it first opened up and then vanished?
Huh?
You
No.
wouldn't know any of this, Chris or Greg.
No, I probably
No, he had
I
told
might have asked
everyone
Echo
had
about it.
gotten.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you ever mentioned it to Echo, then they know about it now. Because
Yeah.
I want to be clear that they don't know who that was. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's because we were trying to figure out who their friend was, and I feel like Riley would have been like, also there was another guy.
Yeah, if you asked if that was Jerem or
that did like an
something,
announcement, was that your buddy? Yeah.
yeah. If you guys had asked if that was Jerem, I think they would be like, no, that does not sound like a thing he would do. I just wanted to throw that out there, just make sure that somebody had asked that at some point, because it felt like an
I
unresolved
think I told the
thing.
Nyght Boiiiz about that, didn't I?
I think you did.
Sure.
Okay.
If you say so.
We could retroactively just say yes.
No, but I do. I feel like I actually did like tell y'all in the wrapping comments of that
I
episode.
do sort of have a
Yeah,
memory
I mean,
of that.
it rings a bell, so.
So
Yeah.
So, yeah, so if nobody has any further objections, he will go ahead and seal the thing, and
Okay.
it again will like fade but not completely disappear.
We understand what the fuck is happening and why.
Yeah.
Seems prudent.
It seems like he sort of feels like that's a good way to
Plan.
go.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Because he says like what you don't want is random beings from the strange breaching into your perfectly nice demiplane here without warning.
Right.
Then you have to fight them.
Yeah.
And then,
I agree. I don't want random creatures just coming in here and causing havoc.
right.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. So it's mostly sealed, or at least better sealed.
Is that what we think that the weird Greek guy and his statue are?
Um, yeah, this is a little unclear about how they got here. Um, and I wonder if there's like a new seam that was caused by them somewhere else.
Well, didn't they just come through this one? Didn't we just see them come through in a blink of light?
They came through. I'll give. I think Octavian and Echo say. I think they came from the strange. I think us closing this will stop more stuff like that from happening.
Okay. All right. Cool.
What do we do with them now?
Echo shrugs and says, "I mean, they sound like maybe they could help. Didn't they mention the same bad guys you fought?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Elias did.
Yeah. Well, my spell told me, so yes, they. Yes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
roundabout, yes.
Yeah. Roundaboutly, yeah.
And then the oh, sorry.
Are we sure they're absolutely related? I mean, they appear to be, they're talking about Greek gods, but the spells say they're not from our realm. So how do we even know they're facing the same problem?
Did the spell mention what they fought against?
Yeah, it was
It said the Pact of Ingress,
great
didn't it?
dragon Greeby, and it said the Pact of Ingress in your vision.
Stretch that
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 'Cause I wanted
Is
to.
that they go from like plane to plane, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, from
Or dimension
material
to
plane
dimension, or
material.
listen, there's
From
lots
like
of different layers of
multiverse,
reality
from
here.
multiverse to multiverse is the idea actually.
Okay.
Like each little cosmic collection of planes around
The-
the material.
There are too many turtles with too many different names.
Exactly. That's why, to simplify, from now on, every bad guy in this campaign will be called Gamera.
Nice. Very nice.
That's the one person we're all very good friends with, right?
Yeah, Gamera is a hero and a friend to children. So, I think Actus and Flasky are like, did you say something about the Pact of Ingress? We know them. We fought them once.
Kind of
Yeah.
very slowly fighting them now.
Yeah, we're currently
Oh.
dealing with them at the moment.
Would you like some help?
Absolutely.
100 from you guys, absolutely.
We'd love to help. How do we get to? You said it kind of sounded like earlier, like this is maybe a dream.
This is a dream.
From your perspective?
Are we done here? Because if we're done here, I can take these guys to the gate and tell them how to get to the apartment. We can
Are
all
we
meet-
on our way
meet-
somewhere?
We were here, and
Yeah,
then
to,
we
to the
sealed it.
seam. Yeah.
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 This happened
We were
like
Echo-
a few steps
Echo
from
and
the scene.
Octavia in the seam.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's where the guys came through. Was at the thing. And Echo and Octavian said that they came through it, and then they sealed it.
I punched the seam.
No.
I already did that. It was really a bad idea. Please don't.
I mean, not like no offense, but who do you think is better at punching?
No, I know. That's kind of the problem. Everybody was really mad, and I just don't think it needs punched again. I'm not even a good puncher, so I feel like they might be more mad if you did it, because you're a good puncher.
Unless they were afraid of getting punched.
Don't take my seat, you little shit. Yeah,
But
don't
they
take-
love taking your seat because it's their seat.
Dude, literally, I turned my back for half a minute, and this one's in my chair.
Oh, they only need half a second.
My baby.
That's how my cats are.
It would be faster if he didn't insist on getting up on my desk to route to it, even though he has no need to do that. My baby. Sorry, I'm petting the cat. I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take them to the gate to get them into the material plane.
Okay. Unless there was more stuff we wanted to do here, Chris, it sounded like maybe there was more stuff you wanted to do.
No.
Okay, cool. Let's just do that then.
Chad wants to see how many backflips he can do in a row.
All right, roll it.
Roll athletics.
$18.
I'm gonna say on an 18, you can do 10 backflips in a row before you get too tired to do another one.
Fantastic.
Very
I don't know
nice.
how hard it is to do a backflip, but 10 backflips seems hard to me when I imagine it.
Chad does a
Even
fist bump.
if you're good at backflips.
Or it could just be like a 10 rotation backflip in the dream.
I don't know. Oh, in the dream. You're right.
Yeah.
That could be possible. Anyway, so sorry, how did you guys decide you were going to get Actus and Flaskly out of the dream?
The guys are gonna wake up, and I'm gonna take them to the
Art.
gate. The gate at I've completely
Elf
forgotten
house?
their names. At the Fae house.
Yeah, and we'll
Oh,
just
sure.
remember
we'll
their
meet
names.
them there. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure. Okay, so the three of you wake up. I guess, and Echo and Octavian wake up too. And Riley takes the two new folks to the dream portal at Lotus and Nightshades. Everybody else, you're all awake except for Riley. You're all in Riley's apartment, which is kind of weird.
Why is it weird?
I mean, because Riley's asleep and you're all awake.
This is probably
And
the
they
first
also
time you've ever
usually
been
don't.
here, right?
I'd say Elias is probably the only one that's been here before.
Right. So anyway,
I mean, I can stay back for
No, that's fine.
Riley to wake up.
no, I didn't mean like weird from my perspective. I mean like I
Might be
think
weird for
maybe
you.
you would feel weird about it, right? Being the only people awake in a asleep person's house.
I mean, that's how the logistics work.
Yeah. So here we are. What happens next? You all tell me.
I was gonna assume that we were gonna head over to
The
Lotus
Fae
and
house.
Lotus and Nightshade's
Okay.
house to meet them there.
Cool.
My original intention was actually to give them directions to my apartment, just because that's Lotus and Nightshade's house and not mine. But
That's fair, too.
that probably works. I mean, it's probably fine.
Oh, we
I
can
don't-
still head back.
They
to your
don't mind
place.
if you have guests.
I know. Just
They
weird.
explicitly told you that.
Well, and these guys
No.
aren't like interplanar travelers. They're directly from another dimension, right? Are they gonna? Do you think letting them loose in the cities could be great for them?
No, probably not. I know.
Okay,
You're
so
right.
They just
you
look like
guys all meet
cosplayers at
over
this point.
at the Fae house, and yeah, a statue and a Greek man come out.
Maybe put some clothes on the statue just to kind of have them blend in a
Yeah,
little
I'm
bit more.
I
raid
don't know,
Lotus Nightshade's
Greg. How
closet for,
strenuously
like, a
would
robe.
Flaskly object to wearing clothes?
Just as a disguise.
I mean, probably a lot at first, but more than likely, given
It is January, but I don't know if Warforged can feel cold.
yeah, he's the stony guy. So I mean, I would assume at first he would protest, but then when it was like, well, the latest fashion is everybody wears clothes, he'd be like,
Oh, he'd be like, oh, okay.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you explain it to him in fashion terms. And Actus already wore clothes
Yes.
back in the day, but
True.
how hard do you think it would be to talk him into new clothes, Chris?
Oh, I mean, slight bit of pushback, but just show him something he finds dapper, and I'm sure he'll be all about it all at once.
Yeah,
I feel fairly certain that Lotus has something dapper
Exactly.
enough to.
Lotus, fortunately,
Bill.
you have an entire 900-year-old fairy's wardrobe to choose from, and he's got very good taste. So that's great. You guys get them dressed in
Lots
stuff,
of zippers.
and they're like, okay, So hi, we're servants of the gods. Do you have the gods here?
Technically.
Yeah, but not like you're thinking.
Here, the gods you mentioned earlier are, to the best of our knowledge, myths.
Rude.
No offense. I mean, we do appear to be from different planar arraignments, so we do seem to have gods, but none of them the ones you mentioned.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
And
basically.
here we have myths that go by the names that you used earlier.
You guys ever heard of
From
Jesus?
a place that we
Uh,
call
they-
Greece that was thousands of years ago, was when this was actively practiced.
I see. They have not heard of Jesus, Greg, and they go kind of sad by all this. Like, oh, that's kind of a bummer.
Sorry.
Your home's
Uh,
as real as it was when you left, though. I mean,
Sure. Yes, of course.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean any disrespect.
No. They don't feel disrespected. They're just a little bit bummed out that their gods are fake in this world. Like, I
That
think
just
you'd be
means
bummed out
you
too.
get more of that god. If they aren't
Well,
spread
no,
around
'cause-
everywhere, it's like you got the real
Mm.
one.
That's a good point.
I think I'd
No
just be like, well,
questioning it.
that's weird. But, like, also, my God is, quote, still real, whether or
Yeah.
not that is factually true.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but also these are both priests, so that's an important
Oh,
thing
yeah,
to
that's true.
remember as well.
Yeah, that's true.
This is literal two priests. This also brings up the interesting question of will their powers work here?
We should probably test that, honestly.
I
Can
think-
y'all do stuff? Is there
The-
stuff that you can do that you want to try out while we're here?
The only limit would be the piety, right?
You guys ever had a tickle fight?
These are all good. Yeah, I think Chris is right. I think that they will find they can use their spell slots and their magic, but they do not have access to their piety ability.
But what about their divine weapons and stuff? Are those
Uh,
intrinsically what they are?
Those
or
are those. I mean, the magic is in those items which came with them,
Cool.
so they're not cut off in that way. Yeah. So fortunately, since technically Actus casts spells, by the grace of Hermes, but through his own charisma, and then Flaskly sort of worships nature as a Dionysian. And you're still able to use those spell slots, or they are, but they can't access their piety abilities, which are given to them directly by their gods. Which kind of is maybe a little sad. So like Flaskly can't turn water into wine right now.
We got wine.
Interesting.
We got a whole bunch of it down at the store. We can go get.
Yeah,
like, a whole
you
box
guys
of it.
take them to a Total Wine, and they're just like,
right.
Have
So like
Open
maybe
up
that's
and angels sing.
pretty cool, right?
they're like, yeah. You take them to a liquor store, and just Flaskly just starts falls to his knees and just starts weeping. He's like,
Bro.
it's
Is
so
it wine?
it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful.
He writes a song which is actually just word for word Ave Maria.
Yeah. Actus, the Actus in the background is playing singing a Homeric hymn behind Flaskly, who's fully losing his mind in the fucking wine aisle of a QFC.
That's
And,
just like there's more over here too.
He buys $600 worth of wine. He fills an entire shopping cart. Nobody
all right.
who's picking up his tab.
Uh,
If nobody else will, then Echo does it because they
I
think
was
it's
gonna
really
say
funny.
I think I'm gonna do it for
Okay.
literally the same reasons. So like
You and
literally-
Echo split it.
Do you
Yeah.
use the phone number? Just use the phone
Yeah.
number. You get a bunch of savings.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you
it's-
guys get a
it's my
ton
phone
of
number.
points.
So
Yeah, you legitimately do save like $100 using the promo card. Just because of the sheer volume of wine you bought.
How did we even get to the liquor store? Like, what was their reaction to, I don't know, cars or buses?
we walked.
They
We're
were
like in the
they're
city.
fine with cars and buses. That's
Just a moving house.
yeah. I think people overestimate how freaked out a peasant would be by a bus.
Agreed.
But you know what I do think would freak a peasant out? The French techno band Justice.
Just walking by,
Random
scrolling
choice.
through
True.
Spotify.
It's a random choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even
these
Daft
things in your
Punk would
ears.
probably get the job done.
Right.
Working hard to make it this. It's great. You like
Just
this.
imagine
Yeah.
just turning on like a stereo deck behind somebody who's never cut yet.
Right. Exactly. Which is like imagine it's 11:03 and the most complicated music you've ever heard is somebody really shredding on a lute, and then all of a sudden you just hear like Skrillex. Like
Yeah.
you'd immediately kill yourself. Like you
You can't stop dancing.
yeah. You'd
Can't
be like,
stop.
what
Don't
is
stop.
this devilish sound? This is a demon. I've always had an idea for a series of like D&D type gods who only manifest like by the sound of extremely crunchy techno music. Like and they're, like eldritch, like that's how they speak to their followers, is just through
Just
non-lyrical house music.
Feel the bass, man.
Yeah.
You feel it. You'll know what they're saying.
Anyway, sorry. um yeah, this whole thing was mostly a joke about them seeing, like, I do genuinely think that's the thing they would freak out over, would be grocery stores and like wine, like how
Like,
readily
well, that
available
happens now.
food and liquor is, because like
Yeah.
that, they're also from a magical version of the world that probably has like, fucking ghostly steed chariots and stuff around, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, I guess you did drop bronze people out of the sky from a giant bird.
Show
yeah.
him your gun,
Yeah.
Uriel.
Exactly. Show your gun, Uriel.
Show your
Sure.
Shoot it just like once, like at the ground or something.
We'll get there. Not yet.
Oh,
I don't
you
want
gotta
them to
see it. It's so
die.
cool.
But yeah,
Well, I mean, if we warn them, sure, I'll show them a gun. But like,
this is
just
like, what is this? This is
I'm sure
You
you could
put-
shoot the statue. It'd be fun.
you pull out the gun and they're like, that is a really weird shaped that is a weird shaped wand you have there. Is it for casting ritual magic? Or
it's. Did they have crossbows in your time? I don't.
crossbows
think...
were invented in the 12th century. So no.
No, I was in the mid sentence.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Did they have crossbows in your century? No, I don't think that was quite yet. Well, certainly you know what a bow and arrow is, right?
Sure.
Yeah, it's the best version of that you could ever have. It's really loud. You might want to plug your ears.
They plug their ears.
I fire the gun
Yeah.
like,
God.
a
Chad
nearby
gets pumped.
ground.
Chad
A
gets
nearby
hella
ground.
pumped. Fuck that
You
ground.
shoot a gun, and I don't know, some people are freaked out a few blocks away, and they're like,
That's fine.
the property values drop slightly on this block.
Done a good service today.
He's done a service to the community. Yeah, nice. But anyway, you guys can take these.
Pull it out and show it to them, and then like I'll show them the magazine.
Yeah, I mean, I
bullet.
think they understand the concept pretty quickly after you show it to them. They're like,
But I
okay.
imagine it's impressive, right?
Oh yeah, they're very impressed. But they're also like, once you explain it to them, they're like, oh, I get it. You shoot the metal very fast with an explosion. That makes
Do you
sense.
like play Overwatch or?
They don't know what that is.
Why
But-
would they play Overwatch? God.
Yeah, it's not even that good.
It's fun.
It's fine. It was fun for
It's
a
fine.
while.
It was fine. Yeah.
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 I haven't played Overwatch 2 at all. Anyway,
Either.
they will
Just trying to bond with the new people.
they'll play Gundam Evolution with you though.
Okay, hella sick.
Yeah, so did you guys want to set them to a task or just leave them to fend for themselves? They are level 20. They can probably handle it,
They could probably handle anything. Yeah. They could probably talk their way through a lot of shit.
I will say it's getting pretty late at night at this point. It's maybe 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So I can bring any extra people that need it back to the dojo for extra lodging.
Okay. Flaskly and Actus will take you up on your offer of lodgings.
Then we can pump some iron in the morning.
They're intrigued by this concept.
Getting swole. Pros.
Flasky is not sure if he can get swole or not.
Oh yeah.
It's all about feeling swole.
He does agree that he could feel swole, though.
Yeah, it's a mental state, not necessarily a
Sometimes
physical
it's about
state.
how swole your heart is.
Swollen heart. Got it. Anyway, I'll let everybody have a long rest then. And if any of you have business that you want to attend to before the morning, think about it for a second while I grab a Coke.
Okay.
I don't feel like I really know what we're doing right
Like
now.
what to do with these
So,
new people.
Don't
Yeah.
have lost.
Am I the
I've
only one
been
that feels
lost for
lost?
3+ weeks. No idea what's going on.
Yeah, I also feel that way.
You know, a lot of people feel that way because who does know what's going on? We know that Raziel, you still have that thing from Raziel, the
Yeah. I was
golden ticket.
I was gonna say that, like, with kind of what's been going on at this point, with what Echo and Octavian have already set up so far, it sounds like we have a potential way of, like, verifying whether or not Raziel actually is a shadow clone or not.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Gotta sign up for the army.
Oh yeah, I have the
You have
scroll
the
plus
invite.
X invite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bring as many of your friends as you like, I imagine Bill would have said.
Well, probably because they need all the bodies they can get in this war.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I don't see any reason why they
It's
wouldn't.
based on the scroll and the waking up with the objects.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why I wanted to remind you.
Yeah, because me
Because
casting.
I think that might make you marginally less lost.
A little bit.
In the moment, I'm exactly as lost, but yes,
Sure.
that is something to move on.
But
think
yeah,
it's
me
the
casting
evening to
legend
move on.
lore on the potentially fake Raziel was our method of determining if it was a shadow clone or not.
Yeah. I like that plan. I think that's a good plan.
I think we should still move forward with that plan. And it's just kind of like, well,
Oh, yeah.
we kind of don't know what to do with these 4 right now. So in the meantime, they can just help us out.
Yeah. I would say that they are NPCs that you can sort of deploy to work on things in the background.
Yeah.
Because as you pointed out, there are just a lot of plates spinning. It's a lot for you guys to keep track of. And so I'm kind of letting you sort of automate some of the things in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because we could
Through
have,
these
like,
high-level NPCs.
keep them grouped up in their respective
Units.
units.
Right.
Thank you. And then, like, we could have some of them kind of, like, keep, like, investigating, like, the dream world to see, like, what the hell's going on there.
Sure.
And we could have the other one kind of, like, look for more
Now
outlets.
these guys don't know how to. The two
Oh,
new
that's right.
arrivals don't know how
They
to
don't,
lucid dream
yeah.
or anything. But
I could teach them that.
Greg could spend the next day or two teaching them, and
Well, would Flaskly be able to learn that as a construct?
Ooh,
Like,
that is a great question.
Flaskly cannot sleep.
Is Flasky? Yeah, if Flasky does not dream, then I think he can learn to astral project.
Yeah.
Because
I wanna-
that's independent of his dream body.
Okay.
Before Greg volunteered to take those two to the JoJo, I was gonna say I could probably put them up at Lotus and Nightshades, which would give them access to the gate if we need them to be able to go into the dreaming.
That could work.
That could work too,
But
yeah.
astral projecting might be more useful if you want them to go to heaven.
Right,
Or
because they
no.
Yeah,
can't.
that's true.
Didn't we just say that Flaskly can't do that?
He can't lucid dream,
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Not
but
yet.
they can
but he
astral project.
can astral project.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I didn't think about the fact that Flasky can't sleep. Not simply doesn't, but like physically cannot.
They meditate though?
Can you take a character who does not sleep, go into radical dreaming, and do some sort of magical waking on their dream body to cause them to dream? Random thought.
The problem with Flasky is that, like, if you were to go try to find his dream body, he just literally does not have one.
Okay.
He is missing that part of his soul.
Thus,
Not that his soul is incomplete. It's just,
Right.
it's like
Doesn't
not
have
having
his
a left arm
counterpart.
or something.
Right.
So, or I guess it's more like not having a
Got bigger, more substantial other parts of the soul.
Uh,
I would imagine, right?
Maybe
Same value of soul.
his soul is of the same worth as anyone else's, and he'll still go to heaven when he dies. It's important in our campaign that all Flaskleys go to heaven.
Can they go to heaven if they die here?
Well,
Just a longer commute.
Heaven, probably.
it's just a longer commute to heaven.
All right.
Anyway, if you die here, you die in real life. All right. So it sounds like we've got a good plan for Chad. Then is work on teaching these two newbies lucid dream, or not lucid, astral projection.
Yeah.
I do think if you want to, they'll be happy to stay at Lotus and Nightshade's place with you if you want them to. Echo, or Riley.
We need them to be able to access the dreaming. Like,
Sure.
As an option,
and Octavian and Echo don't really have a problem with that, so they don't need to. Yeah, I like it. I think it's fine.
And I mean, if anybody ever needs to get put up from another world, I know a bunch of wizards who would just die to talk to them.
Yeah, the Fremont Occult Society would probably love to know that any of this is going on, but to my knowledge, they currently don't. I love how in the game that inspired this, Unsleeping City, they work so closely with the equivalent of the Grey Mercy Occult Society, and you guys are like, we don't trust these fucking wizard cops. Which, to be fair, I'm kind of proud of you.
I don't fucking get it. They're not wizard cops. I am not a cop.
AMCAP.
I mean,
All magical cops are bad.
You are kind of a cop, Uriel.
Hunting down rogue threats to the innocent is not like there are literal murderers in the world, and when the people who we pay to stop those things do it, it's not a bad thing. I don't fucking do magical evictions.
That's true.
You don't.
Uriel's never done an eviction.
Necessarily mean that the society doesn't.
I don't think I've ever implied that the Fremont Occult Society has done an eviction, but yeah.
The worst thing they're guilty of is being a little bit snooty, and we keep going to fuck the cops, which fuck the cops, but we're not the cops.
They do also enforce magical law in this city, which is to say, like, Riley's whole shit. Riley has committed several magical capital crimes, but just nobody knows about him.
The cops vibes because I am kind of a magical criminal. Hate to be the one to break it up.
That's the thing, is that really what it is that they are, in comparison to Riley, they are magic cops, because Riley is a magical super criminal.
Well, like, how does Emilio feel about hedge wizards?
I don't know about the rest of y'all.
I mean, Emilio doesn't like
everybody else is.
Yeah, Emilio has vibes, as Chris said, Emilio has disdain for hedge wizards, but he's not like out here like, I want you to hunt down and murder every hedge wizard.
Right.
He's like, yo, associate with those folks is beneath you, but like, yeah.
But it's like, I don't want them dead.
Or maybe what he expects from me, frankly.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
Again, I can't speak for everybody else. I just have actual in-character motivation to be like, no, thank you.
Right.
But yeah, I think Chris is right. We are a little hard on the FOC. FOS, rather.
What do you mean no one knows? A member of them knows.
I guess that's true. I mean, Elias and Uriel know, but it sounded like nobody had really like.
True.
I mean, I have not made a point of keeping secrets either.
Sure.
Just to be clear.
Right.
Some amount.
But also
but like, I do talk to people.
Yeah, but you also don't like Emilio very much.
Yeah.
He's kind of a dick.
Sad when I'm like, fuck Emilio.
He's kind of a dick, everyone says. I think Emilio's been pretty nice.
I mean, Riley wasn't there for it, but I did kind of go back and forth on the whole spell cleansing thing.
I hate Emilio.
When you were controlled.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Uriel was like, I don't know, maybe I should let them kill him. Well,
I'm not going to sleep any worse for it.
But yes, I'm the bad guy for fuck the cops. I mean, you know.
Wow. All right, let's get back refocused on what we're doing. So yeah, anybody else got other stuff they want to do before like the next big thing happens? Like,
No.
that the world acts upon you. Well, I know like it sounded like you guys maybe wanted to use Uriel's invitation, or did you want to wait until
When
you
is
get a
that
little more
for? Like,
It was either use
I
that
don't
or
feel like we have enough information because
use the
there's not a
groundwork
timeline
that
on that.
You
Echo and
can
Octavian set.
You can
up.
use it at any time to answer the call, right? The mustering call. It is an
So are they
open. They're mustering forces right now because the blood. All right, I'll just remind you of what's going on.
Okay.
No, I know what's going on. I'm confused because a mustering call usually has like a due date, and this is when we're leaving to go do stuff.
Yeah, but unless you impose a due date, then it will be plot relevant when we show up, because that's how this kind of goes.
Well, the thing about it not having a due date is because this isn't an offensive mustering. This is, we have heard that the demons and devils are getting ready to team up upon us, and we're going to need people to defend our turf, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a general, just like bring
It's a
as many
call to
people as you
arms.
can, and then once they show up, then
And
it's
then just hang out in heaven.
whoever
You
we
get
have
assigned
there.
to a unit as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't find out what happens, but that's
G unit.
But there's not like a current due date right now. It's just kind of like whenever we
There's
can.
a good chance that if like the demons or devils were to attack, the text might, magically update to let you know that it's become more urgent.
Right.
I did definitely understand it to be that they were planning a preemptive attack, which is why there was a mustering call. So that is where my confusion lay.
Okay.
So thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. I think at least ostensibly, Raziel is saying that this will be a defensive war.
Right.
Now,
At least
ostensibly.
That's what that Raziel is.
Uriel, you know that at least a few of the Dark Eight were also replaced with Shadow Clones. So this is kind of like a...
This is all just a ploy, really. Probably.
These mechs are for self-defense, we promise.
Yeah.
Get in the suit.
Black-hooded figure, don't worry about him.
So do we want to, like, are we gonna do that then?
Answer the call. I thought we were gonna potentially what I guess I'm a little unclear as to what Octavian and Echo specifically did for the groundwork.
Well, nobody actually asked them for more details because we were kind of in a hurry.
No, they just said they had a way in.
Yeah, but they have a potential.
Do you want to ask?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what their way in is?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to go in character to tell you, but they'll tell you if you ask.
I ask. Yeah.
They made contact with a series of. I mean, they started on the first level of heaven, and they just talked to a bunch of different archons and angels, and found the right people to talk to get on the express elevator to the 5th to make it onto Raziel's lair without gaining his direct attention.
Okay.
So it's like a series of spirits that they have made good with, that they talk to on each level as they
just
go up.
schmoozed it.
Yeah, they schmoozed it, but they now can they feel like they can reliably use these pathways,
So we don't have to alert Raziel that we're on our way.
Right.
Cool.
But the easier way for you to get there, you would have to
ticket.
probably astral project your way in to do that, right?
Yeah.
Presumably, if you answered the call using the invite, you're going to be drawing Raziel's direct attention.
Yeah, that might be the quick way of getting Raziel's attention to see whatever
Us show up.
that thing is. But I guess it's how sneaky do we want to be then? Do we want to be sneaky at all? In which case, we definitely need to be doing that astral projecting.
We've just covered that legend lore goes into your brain, not out into the world, right?
Correct.
I mean, it seems... So here's the thing. Stealth is good. We if he is a shadow clone, we not alerting the shadow clone that we know. So maybe we sneak first.
All I need to do is to see the person. That's all I need to do.
Right. But the invitation gives us the ability to like show that in front of a bunch of people, but it's in your head, so it actually doesn't work like that, which was what we were originally thinking about doing.
Wait, do I actually even need to see them? It just says name or describe a person, place, or object.
But you need to say that person, not Raziel. That's why we need to be there.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some slight ambiguity.
There
Yeah.
is, because if I just say
Trying to say
Raziel, then I'll get the real Raziel's legend lore.
Okay.
That's right.
So
Okay.
let me pitch this out there though.
All right. Let's hear it.
Because legend lore only goes off in your brain,
Yeah.
it's still going to continue to be our word against his, which has not been going super well for us so far.
I mean, like, I know it was a joke either last session or the one before, but wasn't it like, oh, a lot of these angels probably have access to this spell?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but they're just
that wasn't
not-
a joke. No, that was us
legit.
saying that the spell was legit. Yeah, but
Right, but also like I think what Peter's getting at, right, is that like
could we get one of them to cast it?
well, not even that. It's like you know they might have thought about, you know what I mean, like. What am I trying to say?
Like, it doesn't
they
make
wouldn't, it wouldn't be occur to them to just randomly cast Legend Lore on someone that they ostensibly already know.
They already know
very
the legend
well.
of.
And so, like, if you guys go there, cast it, and are like, "Hey, this is what Legend Lore just told me," instead of immediately
And they can
coming
follow
down to
up.
you against him, they could all cast Legend Lore.
They
right?
can just
like,
verify it.
That's what I was just saying. Is they can also
Yeah.
cast it.
Yeah.
I think that was the idea, and that was, I think, a pretty reasonable point that was made last time.
Yes.
Yep.
I had also forgotten about that. So
Yeah. I just wanted to highlight that.
So going sneaky first would allow us to confirm our suspicions before we reveal ourselves. So that might be a solid plan.
Because there is a possibility that is Raziel.
Yeah.
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 So
Not
we
a
do a
strong
scaling
one.
run, and then we can come in for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. I think that's a game plan. Then.
Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna astral project then?
sounds like it.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm a big fan of continuing to use the methods that don't risk our meat bodies as much as we can.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. To astral project, I am going to ask everybody to try and do an emotional state roll. A couple of us are spiked out. Uriel is spiked out, mad, and Elias is spiked out, scared. Are you two feeling mad and scared as you astral project, or are you feeling something different?
At this point, I'm probably feeling something different, honestly.
Finally.
Yeah.
This must be a relief, really.
I know, right?
But you're only 2 more scared rolls away from unspiking naturally, so.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I'm scared anymore from all the additional help.
Yeah.
Okay, so does it really matter what I choose if I know it's not scared because it's going to be the same roll?
That's fair. No, it doesn't. You could roll just anything else as a -2, but you should probably find a way to get yourself advantage.
I was going to ask about my my portents and how it affects these. Because I remember we kind of figured it out.
You would like to roll instead of, if you would like to sacrifice your 2d20s for the day, which I don't believe you've rolled for this long rest anyway.
I haven't.
You may instead roll a total of 2d6s, and you may spend one of them on a roll before you make it.
Okay, so to do my, I guess, like, dream portents, I'll just roll 2d6 and see what it is.
Roll 2d6, and then each individual die you will set aside, and you can sub in later.
Okay, I'm gonna do
right?
that. I'm
so
gonna
if
do
you
that
roll
now.
like a, if you roll like, okay, yeah, roll them.
I'm just gonna roll 2d6 right now.
Yeah.
A 6 and a 2.
You have a 2 and a 6. So like now, you know, when you're about to roll, you can be like, okay, I'm gonna roll 2d6, but I'm gonna spend my 6 now. So you would only roll 1d6, and you would add it to whatever, right?
Yes.
Or you would add it to 6. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I can do that now.
Okay.
All right. So
but if you spent both of these immediately, you would still fail.
I would still fail because it's at -2.
Yes.
So I would do 1d6.
Right, but you can still, like I said, we can try to get advantage here. Let's say where are we
Gotcha.
all astral projecting from? And
Oh,
are we doing this early in the day or are we doing it at night?
I don't. Would it matter?
Yeah, does it matter?
I figured it'd be like late morning,
Okay, late morning is fine.
just because that's when Riley
Mhm.
usually gets up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then where do we want to do this? Do we all want to be together? Do we want to be spread out?
Ooh, do we want to
Is
be?
there reason to be spread out?
I mean, there's no particular reason you have to leave your house to astral project. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
That's true, yeah.
What do
we
y'all
could just
think?
do it from wherever. It doesn't really matter, just as long as we do it
Yeah.
at the same time. I guess if there's
But
no
But
real
it takes
reason
us longer to confab after if we're all separate when we do
I
it.
think it's probably wise to continue using Greg's dojo as a general place of operation because it's sort of a pocket reality. At the very least, you're going to have to go through a bunch of monks before you get to our helpless bodies.
That's true.
That's very true.
a good point.
Yeah. It's like it's either that or the
That's a good
Fremont
call.
Occult Society.
And they're scrappers.
Please don't take me to the Fremont. I don't know how many times I've told you guys I really shouldn't be
Yeah.
going there.
Hey, remember that time you saw that cat that told you how you were gonna die?
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's
I
right.
Yeah. Remember that cat that tells you how you're gonna die?
Just
I
straight
do.
up told you.
Lol.
I remember that thing. You know, I used to stand in front of it for hours as a teenager.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jesus fucking Christ, Uriel.
You're so
Are you?
edgy.
Listen, man, can we like go for a sunshine walk sometime? I feel like you might be like vitamin D deficient or something. I'm worried about you.
Uriel's very pale.
Hey,
Because he's a
only needs to
seafood.
be out in the sun for like 10 minutes.
Just really sad. Like,
Nah, it's fine.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So,
Yeah, let's
sounds
go
like
to
we're all
the
doing this
dojo.
at Greg's house.
Chad's.
At Chad's house.
Yeah.
Chad's
Um,
mountain.
Chad's
And then I
Lidozo.
think Chad, if you want to tap one of the brothers, like Steve or Eric, to those are their names, right?
Just tap him.
Steve and
Yeah,
Eric.
yeah, the
Um,
monks.
One of them would probably be happy to like lead y'all in an astral projection meditation so that you could all get advantage on this initial roll.
Nice.
Woo! Fuck
Sick.
yeah.
So I could finally like spike out. Oh, I guess me telling you what the state is, unless does that spike or remove anything?
I don't think it's going to spike anything else because the spiking action it does is to reset your SAD back down to
Okay, so it's
0.
still.
But I don't think I add a spike to the other. I don't think. I'm not.
Okay.
I actually would have to go back and read the rules to actually know. But I'm going to say I don't.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine either way. But it was like, but if we do need to like spike something up or down, then I will need to figure it out.
Because I don't think you can go from being spiked and scared to immediately spiked and joyful, if that's what you're thinking.
That is what I was thinking, yes. Because I was like, I don't think I'm going to.
I think there has to be an intermediate step where you return to neutral and then can spike out again.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So, all right. So it sounds like we're rolling joyful for you. But I assume you're spending your 6 and rolling 2d6. Keep the highest because you have advantage.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do this for you first because you're going to be the most complicated mechanically, and then we're going to do everybody else at once.
All right. So 2d6 minus 2, or
Mhm.
keep
the highest one.
Minus 2
Mm-hmm.
plus. All right. Actually, plus 4.
Yeah, plus 4.
2d6 keep highest plus 4. Okay.
Excuse me.
What? How did it?
It just says 2, but that doesn't
That
make
doesn't
sense.
seem right. It also then said the number 2 first. Did you accidentally put an extra 2 in there somewhere?
You didn't put keep highest.
I thought that's
K
what
K highest 1 KH1.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Let's just redo this. Okay, 2d6 KH1
Plus 4.
plus 4. Okay. 9.
Okay.
Okay.
So Elias made it. Now, for the other three of you, how are we all feeling?
And I'm no longer spiked out.
Yes, I will unspike you.
Well, Chad's at his dojo, of which
Yeah.
he is the master, so he is feeling powerful.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you're feeling powerful or peaceful because both of them made sense to me.
And my scared is now 0.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want? I think you are able to move that if you want to. If you want to start keeping track of that for yourself.
Okay. No. No?
No? Okay, then I'll do it.
I don't remember how to do it.
Oh, I think you right click on it and
right click.
choose side.
Choose side. Perfect.
Boom. Look at that.
Yeah, okay, thank
Look
you.
at him go. Oh no. Uriel's tilted.
What happened?
So Uriel, how you feeling over here? You still feeling mad?
No, it's been several days, right? Or at least
It's been about a day and a half since you got into this state.
we just, we finally got a break. I think just taking a deep breath and going peaceful.
Okay. So you're gonna roll 3d6, keep the highest 2, and subtract 2.
3d6. -2.
Yeah.
There. 5.
Okay. A 2, a 5, a 1, and a -2. We love to see a 5. We'll come back. We're gonna get you in there, but again, this is one of these things where I'm gonna reserve this for a later
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am now I'm keeping track, and I now have 2 hold that I will spend whenever I want. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This is how it works when I don't roll dice in the dream. Riley, how are you feeling?
Sorry, I'm
as we
still
enter-
fighting with Emerald Knights, or with Roll20. I probably cranky. It's morning. They want me to go to heaven.
Yeah.
Um,
Who likes it in heaven?
I mean, not Riley, realistically.
Whatever. Just pound an energy drink and let's go.
Oh yeah, are you gonna pound a dragon juice to start the day?
Absolutely pounded a dragon juice.
Which
this
flavor?
morning. Black cherry noble.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, you
So
guys
that
love the
means
pictures?
you guys.
Yeah.
So you are currently what, acid resistant?
I think that's
I'm gonna
about
let
right.
you roll with 2. I'm gonna let you roll with double advantage. So give me 4d6 plus.
Keep the highest 2.
Are you feeling mad or powerful?
But mad, I'm cranky.
Does the dragon juice? But does the dragon juice influence you?
No,
The
it's still
dragon
morning.
juice wants you to feel powerful. Is the thing.
I'm happy for the dragon juice, but I don't get bullied by my substances.
All right, that's fair. Go ahead and roll the 4d6 plus 2. But what I am going to do is I'm also going to spike your powerful by 1.
Oh.
Because dragon juice makes you feel powerful. Anybody else who drank a dragon juice before this is also going to need to get a powerful spike.
You also pounding dragon juices?
Is Chad, are you pounding dragon juice?
Probably not while going to sleep.
No.
Well, you're astral projecting. But
I don't want to make it harder for myself to.
Fair enough. All right.
10.
Yeah. 10. Okay.
Wow.
And then Elias already rolled. So that's everybody in.
6, yeah.
And I have 2.
Oh, I haven't rolled yet.
Did you not? I thought you.
It's
No.
it's just with regular advantage, right?
Yeah, but aren't you the 2d6? Okay, you told me you were feeling powerful. I guess. Oh, then you didn't follow that up by rolling. Okay, got it.
I got a 6.
Ouch.
A 3, a 1, and a 1.
Damn.
Okay, I'm gonna take a third hold.
One better than me.
But Chad levels up, right?
I was gonna ask though. So, are you sure you don't want that dragon juice? We'll give you an extra d6. But no, You're right. You do level up. Boom. Oh, also, yeah, Uriel, I have to give you an experience point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you may now spend this on an advancement. Which of your stats do you want to go up? Peaceful or joyful, powerful, scared, sad, or mad, or one of the other ones. Okay.
We're doing scared.
I see that. You're less scared now. And I love that for you. Or you're better at feeling scared, is actually what it is.
Yeah.
So maybe you're more scared, but you're also more comfortable with it. I'm gonna write some shit on
Laugh in the
here.
face of danger.
GM hold.
Critical failure.
And we're gonna put 3 tally marks here. So you all know how many points I'm dealing with and when I spend them. Okay. Oh, I need to re-enable streamer mode because I'm tired of all these beeps and boops. I accidentally disabled it earlier, and I don't know why. Okay. Everybody appears in the astral sea together. I assume Echo and Octavian are coming with y'all to show you guys the like secret way in that they've discovered.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Is that the idea?
Mhm.
Okay. You guys transport successfully onto the astral plane. You've been here several times before. You guys are pretty comfortable with astral travel at this point. You quickly are able to sort of regain control of the subjective nature of gravity in the astral plane. You don't fly so much as determine which direction you're falling. It's not quite like flying in the dream is, but it can be similar once you get used to it. You drift for a while in the astral plane until you find one of the golden shimmering curtains of light that you recognize as leading to Mount Celestia. This one puts you out at the base of the mountain near the beaches of Lunaya, where the river Oceanus meets the 7 mounting heavens, before moving onward to, I think, Elysium is next on the wheel. Yeah.
Sure.
And Octavian and Echo lead you over to a small shaded path, like a pleasant garden path, you know? Like, have you ever been walking in the city and you find a little stairway that just has plants like right over the top and a little canopy? You walk down it, and it's like a little secret path that only pedestrians know about, and cars don't know how to get between these 2 streets, kind of thing.
Cars don't know the joy of this travel path.
Right. Have you ever had that happen? It's like one of those little things. It's not like a sketchy path. It's like a charming one, you know? Because you're in Celestia. Everything here is nice. And they lead you over to a glowing little lantern archon who bobs in recognition to Octavian and Echo and opens a little wooden gate. Lets you guys pass into the second layer, which I don't remember the name of. So you just gotta trust me.
Okay.
That's there.
Layer number 2.
You essentially ascend a long, winding staircase, like a back stairs. I'm thinking of, y'all have seen Spirited Away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that long? Really? Damn. Get some culture, bro.
Very good movie.
It's long steps, big long steps. That it takes a long time to climb, but you don't seem to get as tired as you think you should. And eventually you find yourselves on the 5th layer of Mount Celestia, which I am going to go ahead and Google because I probably should have earlier. Do.
Do.
Mount Celestia D&D. Boom. Thank you. 7 layers are Lunia, Mercuria, Vania, Selenia, Meriton. There we go. It's all the way on the 5th, right? Am I right? Raziel is Lord of the 5th,
Yes.
not the 3rd or the 4th. Okay. Then that's where you find yourselves. Let me read about me, Dion. I have the manual of the planes. I have the real manual of the planes somewhere in my house, but I constantly lose it before this game. And so I think I have a saved one on this. D&D, older editions. Dragon magazine. No, I don't. It's fine. I don't remember what it looks like. Let's go to the Greyhawk wiki. That's probably good enough. Mercuria, Vania, Merchion. The Platinum Heaven. Okay. It's a layer of gentle slopes and wide plains. This one is covered in little citadels, right? Which actually have a lot more activity than normal. You do see large swaths of glittering troops on these gently sloping, hills and wide plains, all practicing formation, marching in a twirl. There are, that's ominous, mysterious black domes of enormous size replace the mountain peaks found in most other heavens. So that's going on here.
Sounds welcoming.
There is you would have to travel for a while to find Raziel's citadel, which is called Imperia. But you've been there before, so you know that it is on the edge of a cold mountain lake. Yeah.
All right, let's go looking then.
You heading straight for Imperia, or are there other places on the, did you want to ask questions at a smaller citadel on the way, or did you just want to sort of make your way to Imperia quietly?
I figure we just make our way to Imperia quietly.
Anyone else have a objection to that?
No, this is
well,
supposed to be semi-stealth.
I was actually gonna say I can't hear what Riley's saying right now.
How about now?
Yes.
Cool. What I was saying was this is kind of Uriel's bag. And then Uriel spoke up, so.
Oh, okay.
That's all I was saying is that, yeah, he's probably the guy to ask what we should be doing here.
And then Chadwick? Okay.
I'm down to go.
I mean, unless I'm mistaken, this was just so that we can confirm our suspicions.
Yeah. So in that case, I'm going to ask for a group stealth check as you make your way stealthily through Mercion, which, because it is one of the martial heavens, does not have a lot of cover. It's a lot of broad open plains.
Right.
It's okay. It's a group stealth check. Only half or more of you need to pass.
Oh, 23. That was also a nat 20.
So we got a 23. Should I just open the log? Is it in the log?
I haven't rolled yet. Hang on a second.
Yeah,
I nat 1, so.
Oh yeah, we got 5, 17, 23 so far.
So we've had a nat 1 and a nat 20. I love that.
That jacket loud. I got a 17.
17. Okay.
It's funny you say that, Greg, but the jacket is actually specifically quieter than other jackets.
Damn.
26. Nice.
6. Wait, can you guys not hear me again?
Oh yeah,
we're
sorry,
having a lot of trouble there. If it ever
I-
seems like we're ignoring you, it's probably because we can't hear you.
Okay, yeah, I got a 26.
26 and 23 were our two highest there, so we're gonna go with that. Nice. Let me think about what that means. That means I should roll for some angels real quick. Let's roll some dice. Where is the dice roller? I can see. How come I'm not allowed to just like roll dice as the DM here from the campaign page? I don't like that. Do I have to go to an encounter to do it? Whatever. I'll go to somebody's page. How about I'll be Vic?
Whoa.
Vic's an investigator. He's a good one to use the stats for this.
All right.
Perception.
Too busy investigating to be stealthy.
19.
Okay. And it looks like you guys are able to make your way safely to the outskirts of Empyrean. As mentioned, there's a sort of cold mountain lake that you make your way to. And Empyrean is, it's a, when they say a citadel, I'm imagining, like a little stacked, right? Like a tiered city going up, but with a wall at the bottom to keep it so you can't assault it easily. You follow Octavian and Echo to a small, water, like a drain, classic, siege infiltration. You find a water source and you're able to pull the grate free and sneak inside the citadel that way. And these are angels, so they're not super equipped for dealing with subterfuge. That's just not their main thing. They don't think that way very much. They should probably be hiring some outside consultants. So, yeah. What's our next move here, team? Oh, I guess I should describe the inside of this city. Everything, the walls are all made out of walls and like the cobbles and stuff. Everything platinum is the main building material here, right? So everything is sort of very silvery and shiny. There's a hardness to it. Again, even within the walls of the city, there are wide open fields where soldiers can perform drills. You hear the sounds of trumpets and boots. You hear pikes and sword formations. You hear the whistle of arrows and the thump of them into target butts. This is a city very much preparing for war. There are lots of, you get a few glances, I think, from the archons in the street, but most of them are going about their way. They're too busy going from place to place to really worry about you guys because you're not like actively fucking anything up. So,
Right. We're not interfering with anything, so.
Kind of like a beehive.
I assume since they've been handing out
really wish-
scrolls, they're not really going to be surprised.
Yeah,
at
there
a few
are
new
a bunch
faces.
of outlanders. Like there are a bunch of mortals like here in this particular heaven where they aren't usually. So people are sort of desensitized to maybe this infiltration wouldn't have worked if this mustering wasn't going on, but it is right now. There was a thing I wanted to say. I got distracted, so
Sorry.
it's gone.
Can I do a perception check to look for any Pact of Ingress iconography?
Sure. Roll it for me.
Dirty 20.
You don't see any of the sort of signs of corruption that you would have maybe associated with, like, say, what was going on in ancient Greece. No, nothing particularly out of the ordinary. There is there are posters that are in Celestial, but if you stare at them long enough, you find that you can read them anyway. That say there's a rally happening in a few hours here for new recruits to the cause, right? It seems like they maybe do one of these rallies every like
Few
maybe 10 or
hours.
12 hours,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would say, let's say there's about an hour till the next one,
Is this done by Raziel?
Yeah, yeah. As far as you can tell from the poster, it seems like Raziel will be there to address the troops, right? Or the recruits, right? To like give a speech.
I mean, maybe we should just kind of hang out here for that.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that
there's
sounds
there's
fortunate.
instructions like where to go for that. It's at like a specific quad somewhere.
Go to
But
it.
you'll have to like go there. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, because that seems like a good.
Here, let's just try to stick to the back. There might be a couple people who would notice me.
But you're also allowed to be here.
You're allowed to be here. You have an invitation in your
Yeah,
pocket
but
that
I
you
didn't
can show to
officially
anybody.
accept the summons. I don't know.
That might be
Just
considered
concerned,
officially
generally.
accepting the summons.
Anyway,
I understood though.
yeah, totally. I mean, if you want to keep
But
your head down,
not
keep your
talk to
head
Bill
down.
if he shows up, right? Like,
Right.
Oh, Bill doesn't work up here. Bill
I'm
works on
just
the
saying hypothetically, we've spoken to a few
Yeah.
of these people.
Sure. Theoretically, Bill is on the third layer most of the time.
Okay.
That's where most of the messengers live.
Okay.
There was something I was trying to get to with the final bit of that description, but I just can't remember. So if it comes up, I'll tell you.
Okay.
But yeah, there's hustle and bustle. There's lots of angels. There are again lots of mortals. A lot of people who look like paladins, right? Like shining armor. There seem to be people from multiple planes here. You see some people who look like they are maybe from the elemental plane of fire. You see another little troop of Genasi from the water planes. There's even some Fae and like that kind of stuff. Sorry, I lost the thread there.
It's fine. I mean, like we already have an idea of where to go and when, where we'll see Raziel.
Raziel. Yeah, I just didn't know if there was like any groundwork or anything you guys wanted to maybe do in that hour, like while you're here, or like anyone that you did want to sort of hunt down or talk to that you do know.
That we know of that we need to be worried about. I don't think there is that's here.
Yeah, I think this is kind of more of just like a general. I don't think Andrew's pushing us towards anyone in specific.
Yeah.
But just
yeah, I'm just asking.
No, I know.
I'm also trying to remember what that thing I wanted to tell you guys was. So
yeah,
I'm stalling.
You're specifically trying to not be noticed. So.
Yeah, there isn't anyone in specific like. I mean, I might try to listen in on some like conversations, just kind of see if like I can hear if there's like anyone that's kind of been like, man, why has Raziel been acting kind of weird, or like, like certain things have been kind of off.
Roll a investigation or perception.
Probably investigation.
Okay, you're getting help, so you're at advantage.
All right. I'm rolling
I will help by also doing the thing.
Yeah, totally.
I got a 28.
28.
Kind of skulking.
A 28. That's pretty high. I think you hear some people saying things like, "Oh man, it's gonna be so." Those fiends aren't gonna know what hit them when they see Raziel at the head of our shield wall. We're gonna meet them head on, and then we're gonna destroy them. We're gonna surge in from the flanks. The Abyss thinks that they know what an endless swarm is. They are sorely mistaken.
Interesting.
This poor amateur.
Did you say this poor amateur?
It's these poor amateurs, yeah, because they don't appear to understand that on the other side of the battle will be entities equally powerful.
They seem also a bit like
Like they drank the Kool-Aid too much.
a bit like violent, thirsty, like more so than
There's some bloodthirst, I think, for sure.
yeah. Like that seems a little odd that they seem so into it.
Well, to be fair, myself, I'm a little more chill than most of the paladins you would find on this layer of heaven, incidentally.
Ah.
And not chill.
If you are considered
That's
the
my
chill
point.
one, then it's like, okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, I would say, Uriel among the Order of Elanthius especially is considered a pretty almost almost problematically lax. He gets made fun of for
Hang out with me.
being too soft on.
This is why we say fuck the cops, Uriel.
No, I'm being, when I say crime, I mean demons.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, like whenever there's downtime, theoretically, I stalk the night to deal with lesser threats that are
Yeah.
leaking out of all the different
Right.
of course.
hells and whatnot. If God damned you, I can't help. All right.
That sounds like the kind of shit a paladin would say.
It does.
Anyway, so, yeah.
Did you figure it out yet?
Nope, I'm never
Okay.
gonna find out.
Okay.
It's gone.
You might figure it out after the session's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably when I listen back to it. I didn't upload last week's episode, I don't think. So you go to the rally. I mean,
Yeah.
you see a bunch of recruit. You guys are all headed out onto like a great big, quad, and there's like a podium up there. You're like, what a speech looks like.
Yeah.
You're on one of the middle tiers of the city because again, the city is like tiered, right? It's like on a sort of sloping thing. It's a little citadel that is built around a tall central tower. Kind of like in concentric rings, goes like down,
Yeah.
And
Cool.
there's a bunch of creatures from the various material planes of your multiverse here. So I guess that confirms that aliens are real for some of you, like at least in a way. But there's like, there's people who are clearly from like other parts of Earth, like New York or Hong Kong or Tokyo or whatever. There's also clearly people who are like from a different place where like they wear plate mail and have drinking contests. Like there is like a Viking here and like a centaur. And like, I mean, I guess you guys have centaurs on your world, but not very many. I think centaurs are the only thing in Emerald City urban fantasy that just aren't real. There's just no centaurs, no such thing.
Human upper half with a horse lower half. What the
absolutely insane.
There's not just like a few dozen of them in a particular forest somewhere.
God would never allow it.
No, just none. They just aren't. They were just a mistake. People thought this guy's riding horses. This is magic in our world. Magic is real, except for centaurs.
I'm sorry, I've never heard anyone suggest this guy's riding horses. I apologize.
Wait, are you kidding?
No.
That's like where the myth came from. It's just guys riding horses.
I know, you're absolutely right. That's why it's so funny to me right now.
Okay.
I never thought of that. That's part of also what's funny.
Yeah. That's funny to me. Okay. So yeah, there's a bunch of folks here, and Raziel steps out onto the podium and begins giving a rousing speech about the shining adamantine bastion, which will hold back the tide of darkness, and so on and so forth. It goes for a long time, and I am not going to improvise
I was gonna say, like,
10-minute speech. I don't think you want me to.
Once he gets up there, then that's when I kind of back off and kind of like obscure myself so that I can then freely cast the spell.
Yeah. How freely?
What do you mean? How freely?
Sorry. Um,
And
yeah,
Do-
you do that.
Do you mean how obscured or like?
You're. I mean, it's a big crowd, so you can just cast. Yeah, you just cast your spell.
Okay,
You can see him. You know.
perfect.
You're within range and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
So, what do you think happens when you do that? You think you get a message in your mind telling you, "Hey, this guy's a fake Raziel." Is that what you're expecting?
Yeah, that is close.
You get a wall of absolute static. Just like the. Actually, I want you to roll a saving throw.
Okay.
Weezu, intelligence.
Okay. Nat 20. So 31.
You don't take any damage, but you feel like that you just narrowly missed some psychic damage by trying to legend lore this creature, whatever or whoever it is.
Interesting.
As if there was like some kind of psychic shield around it or something.
can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Faintly.
I can now. Yeah.
How many times can you cast that?
How many times?
Yeah.
I technically can cast it 1, 2, 3. I can cast it 4 times.
We should have done this first before we came, but you can probably verify
I could cast it by just saying Raziel.
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yes.
You
I think that might be a good idea.
you cast it again on just the general
On-
term Raziel instead of
on
the
who
guy
I-
in front of me.
Correct, on who I know to be Raziel.
Raziel, the ruler of the 5th layer of Mount Celestia, Meriton, or whatever it's called. Mercian, sorry. He was recently held captive by the Pact of Ingress for quite some time. It was reported that he has been returned.
Nice. But it doesn't state.
Legend Lord just like weirdly cuts off after that point.
Interesting.
It
Okay,
doesn't
yeah,
mention
yeah, yeah.
him rallying a host to fight back demons or anything.
Okay. I think that gives us our answer then.
A wall of static. So like
So the interesting thing about legend lore is that like that's okay, not the saving throw part, but like if I name or describe a person, place, or object and they're not a legend, I get nothing.
Right.
Aha.
It says it specifically states if the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information.
Can I roll perception to see if the entity on stage appears to have noticed us doing this?
It does not appear to have.
Great.
I'll give that to you without a roll.
Yeah, you don't even need a roll. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know that is not the real
Well,
Raziel.
It didn't. I will say this.
He doesn't appear to have resisted it.
I think it was more that you're an experienced enough wizard at this point. You feel this was more like a
Like a counter spell?
or like
No.
a block, like a shield.
Yeah, I guess it
than
wouldn't
was
be-
like
yeah.
a. You know what I mean?
Like it's the Pact of Ingress are putting up shield to prevent like
somebody
scrying
somebody cast a spell on this thing to keep it from being scryed upon, essentially. And
Yeah,
Legend
yeah.
Lore is a type of scrying, right?
Yes.
That's the vibe, because you've encountered anti-scrying measures before, certainly.
Yeah,
So like
absolutely.
that's the vibe you got as your magic like bounced hard off of that and almost caused backlash to you.
right. But since I was able to resist it,
But
okay.
you rolled a nat 20 on that saving throw.
I was gonna
so, like-
ask what
So
did I need to
maybe
beat?
this is of legendary importance. You know what I mean? But you don't know. Is what I would say. You got that impression rather like that the spell failed rather than that it worked and there was nothing to get.
Right. Okay. Which is an odd feeling with Legend lore because it's normally
Right.
nothing or it works, not
Right.
that it failed.
Right.
Okay.
It like bounced off of something. That's what I was trying to imply with the static,
Yes.
rather than that it was a nothing.
Okay. Yeah, because I got
Okay.
something which was static.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. No. That's good. That is a good clarification.
Yeah.
Because I guess I don't know what nothing. I guess nothing would just mean nothing.
I think like you've cast this before on like stuff that wasn't legendary, you know, in your free time just to sort of test it out.
Yeah.
And you would know that like normally just like you cast the spell, you feel the spell slot leave you, and then just nothing happens because you're like, oh, this is like a rock.
This is
right?
just a normal rock.
But then this time you cast it and you got like it was like a vision was trying to come to you, but it was staticked out. It was blocked by something.
Yep.
Which is a different experience than nothing happening. If that's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good to know. In that case, I say let's get the fuck out of here. And then as we're leaving, I then explain what just happened to everyone.
Well,
Okay.
let's just walk behind something and wake up.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. Yeah.
I mean, not technically wake up, but we can just return at will, right?
But return it well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Does anyone not want to return? I thought.
I guess
does anyone want to try and convince other
we would
angels
want to try to convince
cast?
other angels to. Yeah.
That was the original plan.
Wait. What'd you say, Riley?
Just that I thought we were going to try and report this to somebody while we were here.
Well, I thought the plan was that we were going to take a run at it with our astral projections, and then it seemed like the scroll I had was like a summons that could bring us here for real in order to...
Sure, I want, again, when we're here for real, if we die, our bodies die. But when we're here in our astral forms, that doesn't happen.
We die as soon as they cut that little knob at the back of your head, unless you forgot.
But we can also, but we have the ability to, ourselves and shit. We have more abilities. It's harder to kill us.
It is much harder to kill you in an astral body, but it can be done.
And I'm not sure that I want to confront... I'm not sure that I don't know if I think that the Pact of Ingress guys know the rules of our specific planes that well, because apparently they're not all the same across all the multiverses.
They aren't.
That's true. Yeah.
And two, I like our chances better like this than in our meat suit convincing a Pact of Ingress agent. Or confronting.
Yeah, I think you're right, Riley. I think we should probably stay here and try to convince someone while we are astral projecting.
Yeah.
So we need
Who are you going to try and convince?
We need to find someone else, but we don't know who is or isn't.
I mean, you know Bill.
We do know Bill. We could head down to, was it the 3rd level?
Yeah, that's where the messengers live.
Because Bill seems fine.
I have a magic question.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have a magic answer.
Yeah.
So, I understand what's just happened, but, if you were to do this, if Raziel were under the effect of a powerful shield, then whether or not you targeted the person in front of you shouldn't make any difference, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that means that we, at the very least, that because you could cast it by saying Raziel's name and get information, and you didn't get that same effect from casting it on the being you were looking at, for sure that's not Raziel. You don't know anything else.
Yeah.
I would say.
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah, and we already had a suspicion.
But the other
that Raziel was more Raziel.
But then the other weird part was how the information was cut off.
Right.
Yeah.
And I also know this is odd because it's there should be more information here and it's not.
It seems like somebody thought to themselves maybe someone is going to try and scry on this thing at some point and blocked that, and that also blocks legend.
They gave me false. Yeah, it's almost.
But they don't seem to be able to put up a false aura or whatever.
Right. Yeah. It can't give me incorrect information. It's just
It's just being blocked.
oddly vague, honestly, and legend lore is very specific, especially since how much we know about Raziel.
Well, I mean, I do think that probably Legend Lore rattled off another bunch of shit about Raziel, that wasn't relevant from like earlier.
no,
when
but
you cast it by name on him.
I'm referencing specifically that it doesn't mention that it's rallying and it's like other information that it should have said, but
it was odd when it cut off. I would say.
Yep. Yeah. So both ones are, especially the first one, where it felt like I just like narrowly dodged. Just for funsies, out of character, what did I need to save for?
You would have taken some psychic damage, and Raziel would have become aware that you had just cast that spell on him.
No, I meant the number.
Oh, I mean, you rolled a natural
You'll never
20.
know.
You'll never know.
I'll never know.
You're never gonna find out.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah.
The secret is there was no number.
It was high. I will say it was high. No, there was a number.
There was a number, yeah.
Sure.
I do know the number. I'm not going to tell you the number. But
I mean, from my understanding, if there's...
It was 17, okay?
Okay.
That's what you needed to be.
I was going to say that, like, normally you don't let me roll something if I have no chance of succeeding or failing. You just say...
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah. So there is a number, but...
You can only roll if there's a possibility of both success and failure at my table.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
So.
All right, cool. I was just curious if you were willing to divulge that information.
Yeah. I didn't want to, but I have to tell because Chris thinks I don't have a number. But yeah, it was 17.
Thank you, Chris.
If you had rolled a 17...
I don't believe that you always have a number.
Well, I didn't say I always do, but I said I did that time.
Yeah.
If you had rolled lower than a 17, you would have taken some fucking damage.
Which I would have had to rolled a 5 or lower because I have a plus 11.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So...
Int-based character.
Well, I mean, it was an int-based backlash. Yeah, so that's what's going on there.
So we should head to Bill then, since we all seem.
I mean, he kind of seems to be the only guy you guys know out here.
Well, no, we've met the second in command of this layer of heaven.
You have
all of the armies of heaven.
You know what's her name?
I'm not convinced she's a good idea to go talk to.
Her name is like Ashavari or something.
We met the Lord of the first layer of heaven.
I think you met the Lord of the third, Erethial, right?
Perhaps it was the third. We met one of them.
But yeah, you met someone.
It was the one where we had to wait in line and get an appointment to get anywhere else. That's why I thought it was the first.
That might have been. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I'll be honest with you. I don't remember.
It's been a long time. I get it.
Sure. Okay, well we can head to one of them. I still have technically 2 more casts of Legend Lore for today. Say that again, Riley.
Can't hear anybody right now. No idea if y'all can actually.
We can hear
you.
you.
We can hear you now.
Suddenly.
But I guess that doesn't solve the problem.
That doesn't help you. Yeah.
With not hearing us.
Maybe the fact that all of it.
Oh, now you can hear me. Cool.
Yeah, now we can hear you. Sounds like you can hear us again. Can you hear us?
I wonder if we're on like a severe delay.
No idea what the fuck is going on.
That does seem.
Yes, thank.
I was checking to see if you were getting some sort of weird delay. That's all. Because Peter suggested you were on a delay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I shouted at you from inside the house what you were saying.
I was like, I know what I'm saying.
Just wanted to be clear. I do not typically just do that.
Okay. Sorry. I was trying to say, listen, I know that we like Bob, and Bob is a fun guy, but he's also not...
No, Bob's the builder. Bill's the messenger.
Bill, sorry. Regardless.
Bob's the builder.
He's not been super helpful in the past when we have tried to give him information.
He's been great at messaging. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. He's been okay at messaging.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's an overstatement, Peter.
His parents call him Angelic William, but his boss just says Bill.
I just
that messaging guy.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we're making smart choices with the information that we have, and I'm not sure that I feel like Bill is the smartest choice. Do we have any other contacts up here? Because we've
Not
already
really.
tried to tell Bill this, and Bill was like, everything is fine. That is
The first thing-
Raziel.
We didn't
Bill
have
said,
any.
Do you have evidence? No,
Right.
then everything is fine. That was more the vibe.
Yeah.
Hey,
Since we didn't have anything, it was kind of more of like a feeling, and Bill just seemed to be like, but our answers, our prayers have been answered.
Name
Ava-
another angel we're on a first name basis with.
Avon Shear,
Yes.
Avon Shear.
the Astral Deva Fist of Raziel, who
Okay.
is his second in command. You are on a first name basis with them.
His completely Joker-fied fucking worshipful second in command.
I
Well-
mean,
Or Raziel-fied, but you know what I mean.
okay, but like,
she
they
has an
also have more
intelligent
power than
+5
Bill.
spiked holy chain.
Ooh.
I don't know. We'll tell whoever y'all want. I just wanted to point out that Bill has not always been the most competent guy that we know.
I agree with you, Riley.
I'm not convinced that will, get the job
I don't
done.
know
I
that I
mean,
think Bill is our best choice here.
You're
That's all.
not wrong. It was
No.
just Bill was the only one I could remember. So
I got
Yeah.
you. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's
Prove
why I
down
was
the other
reminding you
options.
of other ones that you knew.
Because Avon Shear also sounds like a better option.
Yeah, God
Assuming-
is also telling us that's a bad idea, so I feel like we should roll with
Okay,
that.
if you want to talk to Evan Shear, that's fine.
I
If you
kn-
want to try and talk to the messenger boss we met, that's fine. But like,
Also, I did forget you guys didn't meet Arathal. Arathal was missing. That was part of the thing that set all this off.
Okay.
But now Arathal is back, and according to your guys' theory, probably also Shadow Cloud. So
Yeah, so not Arathal.
Because Avon Shear didn't go missing.
Avon Shear was left in command essentially without Raziel there, because
Okay.
she was
We should-
Raziel's second in command, and then when he vanished, she sort of assumed temporary command of Merchian until he returned.
Okay, yeah.
My recommendation would be that we wait until the rally is over and we can talk to Avon Shear without.
The rally is Avon Shear is not present at the rally.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's probably doing like actual work
Gotcha.
with real troops.
So let's go find her then.
You guys can sort of ask around to find Avon Shear. Let's give let's get a little group. And I wish we still had the gather information skill.
we have persuasion.
Investigation?
Yeah, give me a group investigation check.
Woo.
That's what I wanted.
24.
Okay, everybody roll that while I grab a quick drink of Rudy.
Nah.
6. Uh-oh.
That didn't sound good.
Well,
Not
we
my
got... Okay.
23.
All right. So we got 2 great and 2 horrible.
Mm.
This is a hard carry today, apparently.
Riley and Elias doing all the heavy lifting in
Yeah.
heaven. That seems kind of
24,
backwards.
23, 96.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got a 50-50 again.
23 and a 24.
Hey,
I
it worked
think
out
should
for the sneaking.
that seems good enough to get through. That clears a 20. Just unlike a tiered DC like this, that clears a 20, but not a 25. So that's going to give you most, but not all of the information you want, which is to say you are able to find like the specific regiment and campus that Evan Shear is currently overseeing. It is several layers up, or like several tiers up from where you are, like in the citadel, not on the mountain.
Okay.
So it'll take you like another hour to get there, and at this point I think your guys' astral projection time is starting to run low. You'll be able to make it there, but you won't have much time to talk to her.
We'll have to talk fast.
Yeah.
Or ask her to come meet us on the material plane.
Yep.
I can tell you right now, she ain't gonna take a break to go on vacation.
It's not a vacation. It's a
not-
fucking. It's
Yeah.
a visit. We're not saying take a
From
week off.
her
We're
point of
saying we
view.
have. We're gonna tell her that we have really important.
She has been
relevant
sympathetic
information.
to you in the past, is what I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. And she
It's
likes you, Uriel, in particular.
Hmm.
She thinks you do good work.
So
Okay.
if we know that our astral projection time is low, I think we should ask her. Plus, it would probably be safer to convey this information on the material plane, frankly.
It does sort of contradict your keep the meat suit safe approach.
Well, but this is just one angel. It's not the entire fucking host. We're not stuck there.
We're trying to find like
That's
a more private,
home
or
turf.
I could cast.
Legend lore on Avonshire.
I mean, I could still do that, but no, I was gonna talk about I have a spell that will prevent, like, essentially scrying from happening. No one can.
What's it called?
It's one of the huts, I think.
Okay,
Hut.
but like she could still come meet us, and
Leomund's
because our
tiny
astral
hut.
bodies are not going to last, which was my point.
Oh, yeah.
Fun
Well, either way, I
surprise.
assume you guys are going to start making your way to Avonshire's
Correct.
portion of the Citadel.
But I was trying to have a plan before we got there. 'Cause
Sure.
if we try to convince her and disappear mid-sentence,
I just,
don't
in
have
my
a backup
mind, I'm
plan.
letting you guys start moving there instead of. So you're having this conversation as you do the hour-long walk instead of
sure.
standing
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, if I cast Leomund's tiny hut, it prevents spells and creatures from entering the hut itself. And so it's just like I remember we used this with a vendor to
Yeah.
prevent.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the same spell.
Is Avonshire a creature though?
She's a creature. She's a celestial.
Yeah,
Okay, so she
Everything's
wouldn't
a
be able to
creature.
enter the hunt.
Everything's.
it's what I name.
Yeah, he can designate
Oh.
people that are okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so are you saying you want to cast this back out on the material plane?
I'm
Or
saying
are you
we
saying
can
you wanna-
Anywhere.
I-
It works anywhere. Right?
anywhere. I can cast it. Yeah, it's.
I recognize. So it works anywhere. I recognize that. I'm asking what you're suggesting because the point is that we are running out of time here.
So the main reason why I thought, other than just running out of time, is to prevent the Pact of Ingress from hearing what we're saying,
Mm-hmm.
and this would
Which
prevent
is-
that.
Which
Right,
is great.
so are you suggesting that when we get there, you cast that spell?
Yeah, it depends
Or
on how
are you
much time we have.
suggesting that when she visits us
Yeah,
in the
that's-
real world, that you cast
If we
that
have
spell?
30 seconds, I won't have enough time to cast the spell and like have that
Yeah.
conversation. But if we do and we have like 15 minutes, I think that's more than enough time.
Don't you have an eidetic memory or something?
He does.
So do you have like an egg timer running in your head?
I mean, like,
How long do we have? Drew, you said we know we're running out of time.
Let's say you have 90 minutes, and you, like I said, you think it's going to take at least an hour to get there.
Okay.
I still think that maybe just instead of casting what could potentially be a suspicious spell in Raziel's domain, because the guy does seem to have enough of Raziel's power to be convincing everyone around him that he is him, that we should maybe just go home and have this conversation on our home turf. If you guys are opposed to that, fine, but I really think that would be our best bet.
I don't think it'll be suspicious, but we will certainly have more time to discuss stuff. So
Yeah.
like I don't care either way. I'm just trying to get the information across faster.
I do think what I'll do is
In a
I'll let
safe
you
manner.
guys roll a group athletics check to see if you can hustle there with a little extra time to
Oh,
Sure.
talk, you know?
sure.
Hustle.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
See why we can't just plan to not stay here, but
I mean, you could do both. I'm just saying, you know, so,
Yeah.
you know, we
apparently
we see if
I did really well on that today. I got a 19.
7.
12.
Okay.
Man, I've been rolling.
What are we rolling?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah, athletics.
7. So I got a
Um,
5, I got a 6, and now I got a 7.
Probably not then.
Hey, you know what? Maybe your next roll will be an 8.
Maybe.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. You guys, I think, make it just at regular time. It takes the full hour to get to
Okay.
Raziel's encampment. Or not Raziel, Avonshire's encampment. But you do see Avonshire leading she's leading a combat demonstration. She has like a enchanted, you know, like a dummy, but it's been animated so that it can be better at being a combat dummy. And she is currently has her golden holy spiked chain wrapped around its throat, and it's like squeezing, and its head pops off as you're watching.
Whoa.
That's pretty fucked up, man.
Bad bitch.
She looks up as you all approach, and she recognizes you, and she says, Hail, Paladin! Hail, companions! Have you come to join the fight against the fiends? I always feared this day would come when
We
the
actually,
monsters would set aside their differences and descend upon us like a tide.
we actually have some important information that we need to give to you in a more private setting. It's extremely important. Can you meet us? And where are we gonna meet Avon Shear? Assuming she agrees.
I would think just back at the dojo.
And Avon Shear can get there easily. I don't actually know how Avon Shear would
Avon
get there.
Shear can get anywhere Avon Shear wants to get.
That's fair enough. Okay.
I mean, not like the third layer of the abyss alone, but you know.
But to the material plane, no problem.
Probably
for sure.
She's like, I'm confused. What could it possibly be unsafe to discuss here in Marcion, the safest place in the multiverse?
Could you maybe just take our word for it this one time?
Roll persuasion.
Sure. I'm good at that.
That's what I hear.
A 29. Nat 20.
Oh fuck. Okay.
A natural 20.
I did say I was good at that.
She looks at you for a
You were
moment,
correct.
and then you hear her like, you see her like look down at the chain, and like nod at something that it presumably said inside of her head, because her spiked chain is also a sentient weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks back at you and she nods and she says, I will come as quickly as I can.
Cool.
I can't be absent for long. My duties are important, but a few moments, perhaps an hour, I can spare that for you.
Plenty of time.
Great.
Thank you so
that'll
much.
that'll do the trick. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, and then we give her the location, and then we leave.
Yeah.
And then Echo and Octavia chop her head off as soon as you're gone. No, I'm kidding.
Meanwhile,
back in the Batcave, yeah, all 6 of you wake up, and you're all back. And I guess a few minutes later,
I was gonna say I immediately start ritual casting Rary's telepathic bond, or not, the Leomund's tiny hat.
oh, how long does that take?
11 minutes.
11 minutes. Right as that kind of ends, I think Avon Shear sort of a holy light appears in the sky of the dojo. Avon Shear descends, looking angelic as fuck, but also kind of like, sort of angry.
Kind of.
I can give you a
Had some real RBF going.
Well, I can give you a quick visual reference for Avon Shear here. Give me just a second. Here she is. There's going to be some like text around her, but don't worry about that.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to take forever for it to upload, isn't it? Of course it is. There we go.
Nice.
All right.
So she's like a big, bald, teal lady.
She's a lot like Azariel, except not burning.
Well, she is specifically a type of celestial called an astral deva. So like she's, I think, about 6.5 feet tall. She has greenish tinted skin. She's bald. She has glowing golden eyes, big old angel wings, and yes, as Uriel points out, she wears black armor and wields a golden chain, a golden spiked chain.
Just curious. Do angels eschew earthly pleasures?
Some of them do. Some of them don't. There, I know there's at least one heaven that is specifically like sort of more venial pleasures. I think it might be the first.
So what I'm hearing is there's a chance.
With Avon Shear, probably not. Her
6'9" feet tall.
her spiked chain
Teal.
is named Zathwar.
Cool.
Vapes
Yeah.
are
Okay.
bizarre
So
vapes.
we deliver the information immediately, or at least I can, saying that like, hey, so we did some scrying, and
Yeah.
we used legend lore specifically, and we got some interesting information back about Raziel, on how the Raziel that's with you isn't the real one. I don't know what it is. We have an idea, but can't say for sure. And we don't know where the real Raziel is, but likely alive.
This is very unsettling what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
To be fair, Legend Lord did not say he died, and I feel like that would be pertinent.
That's true.
Yeah, but I also mentioned that when I did use Legend lore against Raziel, I got some. It seemed cut off, and also
Well, yeah.
there's some powerful
Oh.
shielding magic against scrying against whatever is posing as Raziel.
Did you guys cast any spells to vet Evan Shear
You know,
before
we
you
technically didn't.
Evan
right
Shear
here?
wasn't missing.
Sure.
We can still
Okay,
check
but we
though.
didn't even check. We just told her that we know stuff.
Yeah,
Interesting.
You should check, Elias.
she recognized me, so she's probably
Yeah,
the
but
same
like,
Evan Shear.
Do you want me to check just to be sure?
I mean, I
Please?
think you should probably continue.
She
I'm
is
just saying.
carrying Zathwar the Sin Flayer.
But we wouldn't know that
yeah.
just looking at it.
I
Right,
mean,
Without
I just
casting the
wanted to let you.
identifying
I just
spell.
want to let you know its full name is Zathwar the Sin Flayer, not just Zathwar. I was just looking it up. I was just finding out more about Evan Shear here.
oh,
She's
nice.
got a cool,
Oh.
You weren't.
you know, she's got a
You're like,
she's got a cool weapon.
Zathwar, that's a sweet sounding name. Okay.
Yeah, Zathwar.
Um,
That's her chain.
I mean,
Okay.
we certainly could. I can still double check. I'm pretty certain this is the real Avon Shear, but I can still do it.
She's
Please
like,
do.
what are you doing?
I'm casting
just-
Legend lore,
On who?
Verifying that you're who you say you are.
and then I just say, and then I cast it. I mean, it takes time, so I guess.
It's a strange thing, Your Holiness, but if you just bear with us.
She looks at you and then nods slowly. Legend lore comes back. This is indeed Avon Shear, the Fist of Raziel, wielder of Zathwar the Sin Flayer, which was given to her by a Planetar weaponsmith named Jebelon. She and Zathwar have lost count of the number of demons they've killed, and including several demon princes that are like defunct that you guys had like never heard of because she and Zathwar killed them like so long ago.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay. So one,
she is
Okay,
a
so
bad
she is-
bitch.
Who she says she is.
I'm just
An
like-
order
Bad
of
bitch.
what that is defunct?
Several like demon princes. Like you've heard of demon princes like Demogorgon and Orcus and stuff,
Mhm.
and then like, but you hear like
other demon
in
princes.
this
Right.
legend lore, you hear like the demon prince Gwargignin, and you're like, who the fuck is that?
It's like,
And it's
exactly.
like was slain by Evan Shear like 1.5 millennia ago. You know, like yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So she is who she says she is, and
Yep.
we have now told her that Raziel is not who he says he is.
Raziel, or I'm sorry, Evan Shear was present at the crucifixion of Christ and did nothing.
Okay.
I mean,
Lame.
Well, that's what you're supposed to
Why-
do.
exactly.
Yeah,
Why would
that's what you're
she?
supposed to do. Yeah, you're not supposed to stop the crucifixion.
I just want that's canon in this world.
Just put him on
Okay.
blast.
I
Saying,
actually saw this fucking it was a YouTube short about a comedian talking about that. About Christian video games where you save Christ. You're like, no, you're preventing like the
Preventing your
absolving
religion from happening.
yeah, from ever happening. It's like, no, you want that to happen. That is a thing you need to have happen.
I
I
also
think
want to
that
go
might
back
have
in
been
time
in
and save
Actually
Jesus.
or something.
I think it was. Yeah. Anyway, so
Oh.
that's what you guys find out. Evan Shear is real, and she killed She killed at least one previous devil.
Cool.
So
Okay, so I
So we
explained.
told her that Raziel is not real.
Yeah.
yeah, and she believes you.
Yep.
Um,
Well, we have.
she's gonna verify with her own sources, like her own casting of legend lore and stuff. But
Yeah. And so I would state that like any creature that came back should be
is suspect.
is now suspect and like should not be trusted.
But
We
that's
should probably take the moment to explain the shadow clones to her.
Absolutely
That's-
That
will.
we're
Yeah.
aware that they were doing that, and that's what we think he is.
Yep.
I will let you guys fast forward that because we all know what shadow clones
Yep.
are.
Yeah.
Um,
Perfect. Thank you.
and she says, "Well, that's half of the Hebdomad. I mean,
Half.
That's
have Raziel, Pistis Sophia, and Arathal.
That's why we came
Fully
to you.
3 out of 7.
specifically.
yeah, it's concerning. That's why we're telling you.
And if what you say is true, then the leaders of the Blood War have also been replaced with these clones. So
Without doubt.
we can't very well not. Their alliance is true. We can't very well not fight them.
You know, Zariel was never missing. And I know you hate hearing that name, but I'm sure, but just bear
Yeah,
with
she
me.
gets a very upset expression when you mention the name Zariel.
I know. I'm so sorry.
She's just like,
Yeah, she looks like you just like had the worst fart of your life right in front of her. But yeah, she doesn't say anything. She just,
She
keep
just-
an
going.
incredible wince.
As one of the Lords of Hell who was not missing, and one who, at least ostensibly, stands for the same things you do, at least in her own mind, then perhaps some of her pull could be utilized to disrupt, to slow down, to trouble our enemies.
These shadow clones are being used to destabilize.
Because we all know that's
Two,
why she's
yeah.
there, is to prevent in her own mind, I grant you, to prevent the blood war from spilling beyond those borders.
Mhm.
And if it threatens to, that seems like perhaps a likely ally.
At least temporarily.
Yes, but temporarily, of course.
Because this is one of those like if we don't team up with the non-shadow clones of the
we all die.
then it's like
Yeah.
then we're all gonna be fucked, and we're gonna have to praise our new overlords, the Pact of Ingress.
Uriel, give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
Oh, I did good, huh?
Well, everybody was offering great reasons, so I feel like that was
All right, that's 26.
advantage
Nice.
from a group help. A 26.
I rolled an 18 and a 19.
Pretty
that's-
good.
That's very good.
26 is above a 25, which is the highest I generally set a DC at. In 5th edition D&D at least.
Right.
So she is all in. She's like, you know what? I'm now fully committed to the plan. Whatever steps you want to take next, I will support you in. I will try to spread the word among our troops and, see about getting this traitor imprisoned and,
Just a thought. Maybe
Be careful.
don't
interrogated.
spread that too widely just yet.
She frowns. She is not a being of subterfuge.
I don't.
He's
you
like-
don't have. You don't.
Yuri also looks over like, what?
Okay, but they're very powerful, and if we play our hand too fast, we might lose track of some of the shadow clones. They might have a way to retaliate before we can do what we need to do. Like, we need to pick. I'm not saying keep secrets. I'm just saying pick who you tell very carefully.
Well, the Dark Eight aren't worth saving, and those from the Heavenly Host are prepared to give their lives in service to the greater good.
She nods. She says, each member of the Hebdomad would rather die than be used as a pawn for the schemes of darkness.
Okay, fantastic. Great. Glad we're all on board. However, the more people die, the less people we have to fight whatever the Pact of Ingress does next. Capiche?
So what? I allow this imposter to continue gathering troops in the heart of Celestia? What you've just told me is I have 3 angel princes to overthrow. I have a busy day ahead of me.
All I'm saying is that there isn't a plan yet, and we need a plan, like a real plan that isn't just, hey, let's go tell everybody we can and hope that we have what it takes to defeat these shadow clones that, as far as we know, are as powerful as the creatures they have taken the place of. Is that just me? Am I the only one that feels like this rushing into this without a plan is a bad idea? Because if I am, I'll shut the fuck up.
It seems to me the plan from Evan Shear's perspective may just be to go to the Lords of Heaven who were not taken, share the
I
information,
recognize
make the
that.
proof, and then
I'm not asking about Evon Shear's perspective. I'm asking about my teammates' perspectives.
Yeah,
I
like
don't see what we're risking.
I'm definitely with you there in that like we don't want to play our hand too early, because that's what you're worried about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we don't do anything. I'm saying we make sure that we do it right.
I'm sorry. I've been, not that I've been ignoring what you've been saying. I've just been trying to find a specific spell that could potentially help.
Of course.
Yeah. Cause duh.
This is the wizard life.
Cause
Yeah.
cause wizard life. Okay. This is who I am. So right now I am thinking of so we already currently have a pretty foolproof but a bit too many steppy type of way of verifying whether someone is real or not.
Yeah.
And convincing any non-shadow clones that the current Raziel is fake might also tip our hand too early by using Legend Lore because of this powerful magic. And once they know that we're onto them, then that's bad. So for the fact that we did it once, we had to take that risk, which we did, and we succeeded, thank God. Thank Raziel. And so now I'm kind of thinking what if we tell Avon Shear to try to delay everything as much as possible, so that we have more time to then try to locate the real Raziel and get that person back to then show up, and that would be our hand showing.
If you ask Evanshir for her input in this, she says that if you find where Raziel is, she would like to personally lead a strike force to retrieve him.
Okay.
That
It's
actually
also going
might
to
be
be
a
a
good
lot harder for us to find and rescue him if you go telling the whole host and kidnapping their shadow clones.
She is
before-
now at
Yeah.
this point. She's on board with that.
She'll
idea.
do it with whatever we
Well,
say. Yeah.
We do know of a portal into the far realm.
We
And
do.
we did
In Neverland.
Oh, is it
previously
still there?
find
Is it still
Raziel there, but then they seem to have moved. The portal was still there, but the operation was not. It seemed to be destroyed in a way that left us with the impression they were hoping we would think they had fucked off.
Uriel is correct in his recall of all of this.
Yeah. That's how I remember it also.
Yeah.
This could be some of those things where it's well, we might need to take maybe a certain Flaskly and Actus.
Oh,
Or
no,
it could.
that's an interesting
We never
thought.
explored this possibility, but the destruction could have been a powerful illusion as well.
This is why I'm actually suggesting Flaskly and Actus to maybe attempt to do this sneaky, stealthy mission to try to find Raziel, since we know that they are very powerful.
They are still only 2 people, though.
They are, but it's much harder to find a really small group of people than it is a large group of people.
That is true.
So they could take more people if they want, but keeping it a small group. They could also take Avon Shear with them.
Right. I'm just saying, they
her to add them to her short list.
Sure.
Yeah. So because Avon Shear might.
I just meant in terms of their badassery. They could still get overwhelmed by numbers.
Oh, absolutely. But just from a normal tactics perspective,
yeah.
If this is going to be a stealth mission, we need to keep it small.
Sure.
So right now that's kind of what I'm thinking is that's how we go about locating Raziel.
Yeah.
And like if Avon Shear wants to bring,
All right. Evan Shear says she'll give you 2 weeks to bring her information on Raziel before she tells anyone else in the Hebdomad
I think that's
about
more
what's
than enough
going on.
time. Yeah, that seems fair.
Is everyone else like that? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
Can Wit hear us?
We can't hear you.
we can't hear you.
Oh. Well, I can't hear you. Talk louder.
Oh, that's. Well, yeah, it's because
All right.
Wit muted themselves.
Oh,
It will be back, and I'm going to take the opportunity and set it in chat, apparently, which we missed.
Oh.
So I'm going to hop out of my seat real quick here.
oh, gross.
I'll
Do we want to take
All
like
right.
a quick break?
We can
Or?
make a quick break. If everybody wants
Okay.
to get up, stretch their legs,
Yeah, let's do that.
have a
Sure
smoke
thing.
or whatever.
Cool. I'm pausing now.
Yeah.
Peter, I'm gonna stretch your legs.
Stretch out Peter's legs.
Stretch them
Give
out.
it to me.
Do
Give me
it.
those little.
I gotta say, 2 sessions ago, I would
Mhm.
not have predicted that we'd be using legend lore in this fashion.
Yeah, but it seems like it should work,
This
right?
it was a really
when you read the
clever,
description to me, I was like, yeah, I mean,
yeah, why not? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was just like, oh shit. Cuz I'm just like, is there anything here? Cuz it's like I've been noticing there's a lot of like divination spells that are like physically see what's going on, but it's not like get information in
right.
like a past type of way.
This is to me the fun of playing divination because you really do have to think of creative ways to use your spells.
I gotta,
right?
yeah, it's like there's got to be weird, and this seemed like a really interesting way of verifying if someone is who they claim to be.
Only if they're sufficiently famous, right? Like,
Right? Yeah, which they, in this case, they
these
are.
people are.
Yeah. So this works
Yeah.
out
Sorry, guys.
great.
My teeth are currently super fucked up, and sometimes I have to like deal with that
That's fine.
unexpectedly.
Yeah, that's fine.
I tried to
I mean,
say
that
in the
sucks,
chat,
but
talking hurt, so I wasn't super doing it a lot because I needed to do stuff. But
I see.
yeah,
Um,
you're good. Yeah, because you had muted yourself and then you walked off.
I muted myself and I put BRB in the chat because I was just
Oh,
trying to deal with
gotcha.
it real
Okay.
fast, and nobody saw the BRB, and I was trying to talk to Chris, and it hurt, and deal with the thing, and like, yeah,
That's fine.
stuff and
Would
Yeah.
it
things.
would it make you feel better if we made fun of Peter?
I mean, no, but
Peter,
don't
you're
let
so
me
nice.
steal your
Ah,
joy.
damn it! I did.
Nice. Okay. Since we're still on the break, I'll be back real quick.
Bye.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, I should change the stream to BRB, but nobody wanted it, so
BRB.
it's fine. Anyway,
How dare you?
yeah, I think you guys are putting together a good little plan here. I'm excited to see where it goes.
So am I. So excited to know what the plan is.
Well, I mean, I will say this: like, I don't have. I know what the sort of problems are. I don't have like a specific solution in mind. So whatever you guys suggest, I'm down with. You know? I think so far your plan is pretty solid, which is like try to re-find where these real people are and free them. I would say you have pretty good leads, like, you know. You guys are gonna go back to the far realm. I gotta make it weirder then.
What?
Yeah, I don't think my last far realm was weird enough. Oh, is Jedi Survivor out already?
Is it?
Do what?
I don't know. I just saw a review for it. That maybe that was an early review.
Get that hype up.
Maybe. Maybe. Who could say?
The High Chancellor of Decisions.
Lord High Sproggy Wuffet. Yeah, Evan Shear's pretty cool. Like, she's a big, scary lady that likes to kill demons.
Who?
Oh, Evan Shear.
Ah.
Isn't killing demons like not killing demons though? Don't they just go back to the abyss?
If you kill them on their home plane, they die forever.
Ah,
But if you kill them anywhere else, they reform. It takes a while though.
Boodoomp. Hello. I'm back.
Hello back.
I'm dead.
am dead.
He's dad. He's dad. He's really, really dad.
The entropy of the universe will engulf us all. Give in now. Diddly diddly do. Yeah.
Deet, 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 deet. Yep. That's how it happens. That's
I
how
need
the
like a Family Matters-esque show with like Werner Herzog as the dad.
My God, I'd watch that show so much. I love in The Mandalorian when Werner Herzog is like, I would like to see the baby.
I've heard that clip. I did not know that was just straight up from The Mandalorian.
Yeah, it is. That's what he says to Den when he like won't give him the baby.
And people
like-
are saying
I would like to see the baby.
that putting Lizzo in it ruined it. Like, come on.
What? No way. I haven't
Like-
seen those episodes. I haven't seen the new season, but I'm sure that Lizzo and Jack Black did great.
Right?
In their
Like that's
parts. I have
Did you say Jack
absolutely
Black?
no doubt. What?
did you say Jack Black?
Yeah, there was an episode recently where Lizzo and Jack Black were like royalty of a particular planet or something.
Oh,
It seemed pretty cool, honestly. They were like an extremely like decadent, out get ups and shit. So
Hunger Games-esque level of
Yeah.
pompous.
it was like capital level.
Much pomp. Much circumstance.
A lot of pomp, some circumstance,
gotcha.
Some
We
lace.
love some circumstance, just not too much.
Some guilt.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the episode, so I can't speak specifically to the characters, but it seemed fine to me. The internet was divided. Half the internet was like, this rules. The other half was like, meh, we're racist.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's Star Wars.
yeah. Star Wars is racist, but it like also doesn't like racism. It's weird.
Well, I mean,
It's good to say racism is bad, but it's also good to do racism.
Yeah. In Star Wars. I
Never
Like-
forget droids aren't people.
droids are people though.
Unless you're George Lucas, though.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, I'm ready whenever everybody else is.
I'm sitting back down.
We've
Sorry,
probably got
I'm
about an
here.
hour left in us at most.
At most.
Maybe half an hour. We could call it here if you guys want. I mean, it's up to you.
I mean, it's not a terrible place. We have a plan.
Go to the beginnings
we
of
need
a
to put
plan, and
Max
we kind
in.
of know what we would do if we start. When we start next week. Like,
Yeah.
Agree.
I think this is
Also,
this is-
Peter's not back yet.
Oh yeah, we should wait.
No, we
for
should all
Peter.
sign out before he goes
that
back.
would be funny, but also mean, and so I
Come
don't
back
want to
and
do
be
it.
like, oh, right?
But yeah, I mean, if people are starting to feel tired and like, this is a pretty good stopping place. I almost
This
suggested
is a
this
good
before we went on break,
spot.
but
Yeah, sorry, I just vanished and.
yeah, it's fine. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording.
Okay,
I blame Elon Musk.
But then yeah, me too.
that's fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
he's a turd. So
He is.
Did y'all see that he did that stupid thing where he was like, "I'll pay 10 million Doge coin to whoever can prove the emerald mine exists," and his dad popped up and was like, "You mean my emerald mine that I have still? Can I get the Doge coin?"
Just
Really?
self-served.
oh, hello, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
Did we see the thing where Elon Musk was pretending to be a baby? So
No, it was the thing where he was like, "I will pay 10 million Doge coin to
Oh,
whoever can prove there was an emerald mine."
and then his dad was
popped
like,
up and was
"LOL,
like,
I can prove
"Can
it."
I have the Doge coin? I have the mine. It's my mine."
Yeah. Fucking-
Made me laugh. Through your face, I see your pretty face.
Yeah, I turned off roll 20, so now I can
Hi.
do that.
So
Did
what,
you
his dad
start
has an
telling
emerald
it-
mine?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
thing. Is that he got his money because his dad had a fucking emerald mine in.
I mean, to be fair,
okay.
if you do read the story his dad tells, it is more like he's saying like there wasn't a full scale like industrial emerald mining operation. There was like literally a pit that people were like digging individual emeralds out of, and they made like they didn't make like millions of dollars from it. They made like several, 100,000 over a few years. It was sort of how they established themselves. Again, this is according to Errol Musk, so take it with a grain of salt. But what he
Yeah.
was saying was that essentially it was a very small scale thing, and it was providing them the money they needed to like establish themselves as wealthy landowners down there, but it didn't like propel them into multimillionairehood or whatever.
They all do.
Because
also-
using that to become landowners isn't propelling yourself to greatness.
Sure.
at all.
But I'm saying that again, and that was what he was saying. But like, it wasn't like
All right.
it wasn't like he copped to owning like
Right.
a huge emerald mine. He was
We
just
were-
like,
Peter discussing potentially calling it here and picking up with an